And we are started. We are started. We are retarded. No, we're not, but we're here. And hold on, I just realized I have my stream on in a different tab. Oops. There we go. I turned it off so that we wouldn't have like double sound coming at you. That would be very disorienting. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another wonderful stream where we are starting with cowboys, Marvel characters as cowboys, of course, because we're going to be playing Red Dead Redemption, and I already see some of you guys already in the chat, like Far Cry Lego. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's the theme I was going for. And I guess which ones do we like here the most? Captain America looks cool. Of course, I don't like the Spider-Man one because it's Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr. I think it'd be nice if they just went with more generic faces that aren't from the movies. I like Black Widow here, even though she looks like Scarlett Johansson. Scarlet Witch is the one that I like. This one is just hilarious. The Deadpool one kills me every single time I see this. Just in time, yes, Far Cry Lego, and yeah, I just want the Winter Soldier one looks like it's from Red Dead Redemption 2. You know, Falcon. I like Falcon's one. It's kind of funny. Not gonna lie. Rogue. There's Rogue. Okay. And there was one more that I really liked, which was not this one. Oh no, there's Miles and Gwen, Spider Gwen. Poor Gwen. Turned into nothing but a spotted clone. So sad. Since I watched the first 2 episodes of the Fallout show, with that, that's interesting. Cable kind of reminds me of that character from the Fallout TV show. And let me tell you, I still have not watched it. And I will probably get around to it, but I think I have better things to do at the moment than watch Fallout. You know, I'm reading stuff, I'm playing stuff. I'm still playing Tomb Raider, by the way. It's a solid game, I will tell you this. You know, it's like starting out was like great, and then while we were streaming, I realized it was not really a streaming video game, and I think I stand by that because the core of Tomb Raider is very much about kind of like let's just say it's not very cinematic in terms of what you expect out of watching different streams. So I know that some people will not enjoy that. Hey, Hoske, what's up? I don't know if I'm sexy, but I'll take the compliment. I'll take the compliment. And I figured, hey, this would be a great time to perhaps, you know, how last time Far Cry Lego made a viewer suggestion. Hold on, let me just take a look at something. Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah, Far Cry Lego made a viewer suggestion to watch a opening of a movie called The Prisoner from remind me which year it was again, Far Cry Lego, but I believe it was like 1966. It's from the 60s. And it was pretty interesting because I haven't watched this yet, so I'm going to react to it live with you guys. And it's going to I have no idea what it is about. I haven't even read. Tell me, Far Cry Lego, should I read the synopsis of this movie before we play the opening scene? Now, this opening scene is not very long, and because he made the request last episode, I figured, hey, and since we're going to talk about like X-Men episodes from before, or from like what's today? I don't like from the Wednesday. That's when the X-Men 97 episodes drop. So we've got all that stuff to cover. And I figured, well, where do I put this? And I guess, hey, let's just put this at the very beginning and let's see what this is about. If you guys have any suggestions as to what other stuff you guys want me to watch, you can, as always, send it to me anywhere. You can even send like a link here, although I don't know if YouTube will kind of, or Twitch will pass that on and they will just mark that as spam. That's a potential, you know, that's a potential outcome. However, you can just tell me what the title of the video is, and I'll just try to find it on YouTube or wherever. So you're telling me no, not to read the synopsis of this movie. Speaking of X-Men 97, I found out Morph is the same guy who voices Skate, Joker, in Suicide Squad, Kill Rocksteady. Oh my goodness, is that real? Well, dang, that explains something. Because he definitely does not sound like the original Morph, which is something we talked about earlier, and we did cover it on the stream. Oh my, that's something I had no idea was a thing. Anyway, let's watch this thing, so then we can hop straight into the game of Red Dead Redemption, kind of play that for whatever it's worth, and then I want to do like I'll play that for a while, and then once I decide, okay, we've played enough of Red Dead, we'll hop back, or I guess hop into the X-Men 97 situation. Okay, so this is The Prisoner, and it's from 1967, so I was off by a year, and it is my favorite show of all time, so it's not even a movie. Okay, it's a show. So let's get on with it. And yeah, let's see what it is. If it's makes an impression on us, we'll see. Maybe it's not gonna make. I guess, should we flip this? Is this gonna get copyright struck even though it's from 60s? Oh, it's a British TV show. Is it? No. I'm probably messing up my locations. And that was it. All right, that was literally it. And I gotta say, I have no idea what we just watched. Yeah, that was a lot. So this dude, from what I assume, let me get the game on. Beautiful music of the countryside. The Prisoner. I have no idea what we just watched, guys. I have no idea what we just watched. If I was supposed to be less confused, then, nope. Okay, so from... Wait, what? I thought we already... What? Game? What is this? Why are you letting me choose the difficulty? Don't do me like that. Don't make me start from the beginning. I'll kill you if I have to. Okay, so... Here's what I gather from this, and you're telling me, oh, maybe you should find out by watching it. Okay, maybe. Nope, The Prisoner makes you confused. Okay, that's good to know that I was supposed to be confused. But from what I got just there, it was probably about a guy who worked as some sort of MI6 agent or some kind of super spy who was a part of an agency or a group of... What? I can change outfits? But there's not much to change. He was probably from some kind of... Horseshoes, okay. He was probably a part of some sort of agency. Or like some organization, and then he resigned. And then it turns out that, he's getting pulled back into... Stagecoach taxi. We want to go here, right? We just want to... that's the bounty from before. So there's a bounty that we have to go to, and then we got to go somewhere here. Because as you remember, we approached this area to find some guy, and we got killed. And if you're confused about the story, if you're joining just now, don't worry. I'll kind of catch you up on everything that's happened so far. Because I just forgot how to do everything. But yeah, and I assume that the guy's gonna get pulled back into the foray, and he's gonna be forced to kind of deal with the consequences of his past and expose a secret organization that's kind of onto him because he's been so influential in the past, something along those lines. By the way, tell me if this is louder than I am, because I need to know. The game is too loud, because I rewatched some of the Doom stream from before, And for whatever reason, I decided to make at some point, like halfway point, I decided, hey, the music is pretty cool. You guys probably want to hear the music of the game. And from what I rewatched, you guys could already hear the music, you know? So me changing it already was kind of unnecessary. You're louder than the game. Okay, well, good to know. Let's see what happens if we fly into this person. Never mind, they dodged us. Okay, good. By the way, if you pay attention, we have $150. $150 with us. We're poor, but before we had $145 because we lost in the the horseshoe race, or not race, the throwing activity, and we wasted $5. But guess what? We when I turn the game on, I see the 100s in the chat. Sweet. Not $100. What is he doing, dude? Stop. No. Excuse me. What's going on? What's the context here? Guys, gotta tell me what's going on. Why is he running away? Should we follow him? What are you doing, dude? Oh, dang. Hold on. How do we... I'm gonna help him. He better give me money after this. Oh, I missed him? Oh, they escaped. Okay, give me money.
Please take this. Oh, my pleasure. Hold on. Everyone get away.
Oh, it's gonna fall on him. No, it missed him. Why is he running away? I guess he got scared of me shooting, but I'm the one who saved him. Oh, shut up. Over-dramatic guy. Let's see. So you're telling me that everything so far sounds good on my end? I'm not being too loud? I mean, the game's not too loud. It's not... Let's see if we can shoot one more thing. I guess not. The music. You guys can hear it probably. It's really nice. Oh, I forgot to skin it. My bad. What would happen if we just kill the guy right after we killed him? That would be hilarious. Oh. Wow, we gotta skin everything. Because this game is all about skinning. Sound is good. Great. So let me know, Far Cry, how close I've gotten to my prediction or my estimation of what the show is about. Oh, dang!
Get the hell off.
Oh, heck nah. Get out. Stupid snake. I'm gonna skin you alive too. You are a louder than the game. Yes, I did. I've almost walked off this cliff because of you. I'm like, okay, I'm looking. Look in the chat and you see. Okay, hold on. What are you saying to me, huh? Let me just skin this thing alive. Why can't I skin this alive too? This is bogus. What is this? I want to skin this animal. Before I could do that in the previous episode. You guys remember in the previous part. What? Okay, that's nonsense. Oh, they're racing. Nice. Maybe you just have to watch the series. You are right for the first bit. The second bit is dead wrong. Okay. Nope, that is dead wrong. Okay, so apparently I'm dead wrong on the whole approximation of where the series is gonna go. It reminded me of some of the new Captain America run from like the series. Like, yeah, I know I probably shouldn't be reading the new Captain America comic books, but let me tell you, I have been reading them. The whole run started with Steve Rogers learning about this secret organization. Okay, kill the bounty hunter. Where is he? Get off, get off. We gotta go stealth mode. And yes, I am playing on a different controller now. Just so you know. There's 2 of them, right? Or 3 of them? That's a little confusing. Can I kill them stealth-wise? Is that him?
This is the end of the line, Charlie.
Oh gosh! No, 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 no! The other guy saw me and he... Oh dang, what? I'm surrounded by fools! Run, 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 run! The music is... Oh no! Get down, get down, get down! Oh dang, this is the end of the line.
Anybody else?
Yeah, you surrender. That's right. Get back. Clown. Get down. How do you punch? Oh, there's one more guy. There he is. Where is he? We're barely... If he's gonna kill me, this is gonna be embarrassing. He's dead. Okay, good. I forgot about the main target. Use Deadeye. Yes, we've used it, and yes, let's take stuff from him. All right, we did it, guys. We completed our first bounty. All right, I forgot about that one woman. She invited us for tea. Remember? The annoying, what was her name? Bonnie McFarlane, the great grandmother of Todd McFarlane, just got here. Does Gambit's death happen in the comics? I don't know. You know what? I've heard that apparently this episode is based off of... Where's the stupid thing? Let me skin you alive. How about this? I've heard that... By the way, we did not even watch the clip yet. We wanna... This guy's still trying to run away. But we did not watch the clip yet. We've yet to get to that. So don't worry, you didn't miss anything in terms of the X-Men clip. This music is still going at it. Is it because it wants us to kill the other guy? I think it is. But let's not kill the other guy. We're nice. Okay. So I don't know. Maybe somebody else in the chat will know if it happens in the comic books. I don't think it does, and if it does, it definitely not in this way. This entire... How do you call the horse? There we go. The entire show just kind of pulls from the comic books in a way that's not very direct as an adaptation. It's... Oh, what is going on? This guy got a gun? See, this is what I get for not... Oh, no, no, no. What the heck? This is what I get for not killing him? He gets his revenge? Wow. What a clown. What a pathetic clown. What a I'm so offended. I let this guy live and this is what he does to me? I'm barely hanging on. Can I, use this medicine? Supposedly. Where's it gonna tell us to go now? Map. We gotta go back to this place. Alright. Let's go pick up our bounty then. Just checked. He said he has died a couple of times. Yeah, that's the other thing I was gonna say. Every single superhero has died in the comic book at least once. There's one more body somewhere around here. So, he probably did die, but definitely not in this way. And definitely not while he was getting cucked by Magneto and Rogue. They're coming at us, but we don't have time for this. We're barely hanging on. So we're just gonna ditch this place. How will my reward? Good. Anyway, so yeah, he has died. Okay, thanks, Frog Hair Lego for that. And then what else? From what I've heard, E stands for extinction, is the supposed story arc that this episode was pulling from, episode 5. These guys are on to me. They're right behind me. What the heck? Oh gosh, and they're fast. If they want to fight, if a fight is what they want, they'll get it. Where's the other guy? How does that work? I didn't even turn around and I killed him. He's still there. What? What a clown. Let's run him over. That did not work. Okay. Ah, moving horses. There we go. Are the birds trying to fight with me? As in, they're trying to steal the loot that they drop? 84 Everfan on YouTube says, Warlian, or is that the guy on Instagram saying replacing Norton was fine, was wow to me. I thought we were all on the same page. Who's Warlian? Or Warlian? I think it's Warlian. Are you kidding me? There's another one? What the heck? What the heck? What's going on? He just jumped like crazy. I'm shooting your horse. You should be... Oh, come on, dude. Oh, ho, ho. I did not expect that. Okay, let's get out of here before things get out of hand once again. I am so done with these guys. Warlian Comics. I've heard that name somewhere before. And no, we are not all on the same page. You see, I always got... for whatever reason, the connotation that comes with that name strikes me as very liberal when it comes to tastes in comic books. You know, I would assume he would be the type who would say, yes, I am for these. I don't mind the race swaps and everything. I think that's... I don't remember the guy, but that's the sort of impression I'm getting from what I remember. And it's not to say that anyone who doesn't mind the changes is liberal, but they tend to be. So, the way that guy just jumped at us was crazy. The music is still... We killed everyone, and the music is still going at it.
We'll take it from here.
McFarlane's Ranch. So this whole town is that woman's. Nice, it's saved. I think there's no saving in this game, but no, we are not all on the same team. Let's go to the woman, by the way. There she is. With her whole tea thing. Bonnie. We are all not on the same team because we all have well, actually, let's watch this cutscene. No, let's actually address this because I don't remember the guy exactly, but I don't think that you know, even if he was, you know, I think this topic is a bit... I think a lot of people don't realize that Silver Surfer is white, which is the crazy part. Because even when you tell them he's white, people just assume that he's silver. He's literally silver. And he isn't. He comes from a background, from a planet that I don't even remember. He has a wife, Shalabo. Oh, that's a cute dog. Can we pet him? That's like a thing that Twitter journalists obsess about. Can we pet the dogs? No, we can't. Can we shoot them? What will happen if I shoot this dog?
I really am a sad, sick man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just wanted to see. And... oh, I can skin him alive? Whoa, that's crazy.
This is dirty.
Yeah, it is. My honor went down by 50. Only 50 points. I figured I'd lose 1,000 for that. Killing somebody's dog. But he was old. So maybe that's why they gave us 50. But people don't understand that the Silver Serpent, the Silver Serpent, what happened? I just lost the image? What happened? Game. Whoa. What happened? Why did it turn off? What the heck? What in the... what? The game just turned off by itself. And you guys are saying load back. I didn't do that, by the way. The game crashed? Is it because I killed the dog? What in the... What? I think the game was offended. What in the heck? Maybe this is Rockstar. They added some kind of patch 10 years later, 14 years later, and they're like, you can't kill the dog. The dog cannot be killed anymore. That's why they gotta just crash your entire game. That's crazy. But it's a good thing that it saved. I can't even explain it because it didn't even look like it crashed. Is that how games crash on the PlayStation 3? Oh, hold on. That's so weird. It hasn't done that before. I thought that maybe my capture card kind of just went out, but it was the game itself. You're saying that, yes, that's how it looks like. That's crazy. It's never happened to me before. I wonder what did it. Maybe it was killing the dog and skinning him alive. But I'm glad that it saved the game and it didn't wreck all of our progress. And it totally derailed what I was going to say. So Silver Surfer comes from a background on a planet, Shalabal. Please don't tell me I can't even check how much I had. Oh, okay, we got 191, so that means it worked. Let's go to the woman's house again. And I think it's just such a specific topic. Let's find this stupid dog again. Should we check if it'll crash again if we shoot this dog? Message retracted. Okay. By the way, I see all your chats. It's just I think a lot of people are just... That's the crazy part. People say... When I tell people in the comments of like a post saying that, guys, he's white, I got people telling me, you got to read the comic books because... No, I actually tell people that he's white in the comic books and they're like, no, he's silver. And it's hilarious because... Don't, says Fucker. Like, okay, fine. It's not like I wanted to kill you anyway. Can I kick him though? Okay, he's mad. He's mad. Leave me alone. It's giving me flashbacks. My childhood trauma. Leave me alone. There we go. He can't follow me here. Ha, stupid dog. I've outsmarted you. Okay, good. Should we accept this bounty? Anyway, I'm going to talk to you guys while I look at this bounty. So yeah, a lot of people just don't... the thing with Shia LaBeouf, when she was announced as a Silver Surfer, they were like... the usual shills were like, oh, she's from the comic books, even though it was like just one comic book. And she had the amount of appearances that she had was very limited. And you had your usual suspects who don't read the comic books they even defend, saying it's from the comic books. And it's like, okay, you don't know what you're talking about, yet you're pretending like you've read the comic books. And then when you actually tell them a simple fact of a character that is popular, they totally just lose it totally. And they're like, it's like a double standard, of course. They say they're fans. We know they're not fans. And then when you tell them a basic fact for a basic character, they end up telling on themselves. But I think it's at this point, I think they tell on themselves as soon as they make these types of arguments. Because it's so apparent to me that they don't know what they're talking about. Even when they defend stuff like Shia LaBeouf as Silver Surfer. And there was actually a discussion I had with like a big Instagrammer. He has like several thousand, relatively large. He has like, he runs like a news network and news network, a news page. And he essentially, I think it started in the comments, but then we took the discussion to DMs. I'm not going to say which one it was because it was a direct message discussion, but I thought it was pretty interesting, and I'll tell you more about that, I guess, about what happened. The dog is not here. Mission completed. Okay, so you can hurt the dogs, you can kick them even. That's good to know. By the way, let's go to this annoying body I will tell you more about everything. And before we do that, let's read the comments that you guys left. Warlian saying replacing Norton was fine. Okay, I read that. And then, let's see. Never heard of him until now, says Far Cry Lego. Stephen Paul 2, responding to 84 Everfan. Warlian tries to play things through the middle and not say things are bad for DEI reasons, etc. Warlian will never call out something like that. He'll find another reason to critique. Are you saying that he, instead of, saying something is bad because of DEI, you're saying that he'll find a different way to criticize it? For example, there's a lot of people like that who will criticize a form, like a piece of media, and it tends to be he'll go after, for example, like the Star Wars movies, the recent Marvel films, Indiana Jones, all that, but they will never call out the political aspect. They will somewhat allude to it. They will agree, concede that it's not right and that it may appear ham-fisted at times. They will say that. They will concede on that point. However, that they're never going to make that the like a crucial part of what they're arguing. And is that what you're talking about? Is that what you mean? Is like they're kind of not. I feel like there's a name for that sort of person. Oh, the dog is right there. Let's see if he'll attack us. Hey, dog. Huh. Okay, he forgot about our little stunt. But there are people who will basically code. That's what I was blanking on. They will use code or dog whistles. That's another one that has been popularized for years now. It's like almost like they're using dog whistles in hopes that nobody catches them on what they're actually saying. And that's not my approach. That's never been my approach. You guys know me well enough that, I call things out for what they are, or at least I hope that's the case. And so is that what you're talking about? Is that the type of person Warlian is? Or would you say that he is the type of person who is somewhat of, let's just say, liberal convictions, who holds those positions, let's say, and that's why he doesn't call it out, because he is somewhat of a liberal himself. And there are a lot of liberals who call this stuff out, but I guess like a more progressive person would be a more accurate way of describing that person. Yeah, let's talk to this Bonnie. She's annoying. She invited us for tea. I don't even remember for what it was, but she was very mean to us last time. Very demeaning. She was thirsty, and we shut her off. Shut her down. Let's see what she's gonna say now.
Did you meet my father?
Uh-oh.
John Marston, this is my father.
No, I told her to not hit on me.
Meet you, Mr. Marston.
I told you.
Please.
I told you, woman. I do not want to meet your parents. I already have a wife and kids.
My daughter informs
Or one
me
kid.
that you're here on some secret mission to remove some undesirables from the county.
Something like that. I'm grateful for the hospitality, sir.
Well, we've lived here for 30 years now. Came here from the east. The land had never been settled. For 10 years, we fought the Indians. Tough men. Then we had outlaws, and we had drought, and we had smallpox, terrible winters, cholera. I buried more of my children than I raised.
Sorry to hear that, sir.
Womp womp.
I've seen strong men wither and die under that unforgiving sun. That whole herds of cattle take sick and die. But I've never once doubted my life here.
No, sir.
When I hear about this so-called federal government sending out agents to covertly murder and control people, then I start to worry. I mean, yeah, all right, Williamson is a menace.
The guy who shot us last time.
But isn't a government agent a worse menace? And all that symbolizes, I mean.
You may be right, sir.
Well, you're a brave man. You're always going to be welcome here. But you tell your friends out east that We don't want to live like that out here. Sneaking around and spying and secret missions. It's preposterous.
Trust me, sir. I agree with you.
He's hiding something, John, of course. There's definitely more to him than he's letting on, even though he's already kind of told us a bit about
Come on,
himself.
Bonnie, we got things to do.
Mr. Marston, do you want to join us? It's Daddy's favorite pastime. Apart from political discourse, that is.
What is?
Breaking in horses. Come on. I hear you're a pretty decent rider.
From who? She was very demeaning to me last time. I took that personally. Are we going to have to do more horse rides? Hoske, it's because you killed a dog. And he's saying, no, no more dog killing.
Let's see if we can put that new lasso of yours to good use. That ranch hand.
That Jeffrey Combs? I have no idea. And then we have anniversary. I assume it's not our anniversary, but anniversary 574 from Insta. He just wrote from Insta, so I assume you're from Instagram. Hey, I hate the horse rides in this. I mean, I like the mechanics for the horse rides, but if this is more like taking out the herd, can we walk over this dog? Hosky is already kind of cringing in his seat, probably watching me trying to run over a dog again.
Those sons of bitches and steal a coin off a dead man's.
Whoa!
Mr. Marston!
Thank you.
Right. Now, I don't know much about politics,
Please, Paul, can we just
but I know
enjoy the
we're
ride?
only as free as they say we are.
Wow,
Power's like a drink.
profound.
The more you have, the more you want. And there's few men who can handle it.
There's certain things in this country a woman could do much
Oh,
better.
shut
if you
up.
ask me.
I ain't gonna argue with that, Miss.
Oh, come on, you're not a feminist, are you, John? Well, definitely, I think women are definitely better at a lot of things, but why are you inserting yourself into a conversation about politics while trying to shut us down, huh? What herd?
There they are! Let's get after them!
Oh, great.
Now.
Okay, let's see how this goes. So, 48, let's see if I can read the chat while doing this. Get back, you stupid, horsey. Oh, no.
Throw that damn rope, Marston!
I don't know if I'm doing it. I'm kind of too fast for them. That's the thing with these horse mechanics.
Rope or not?
Oh, I gotta use a horse? A rope? How do you use a rope? There we go. I've used it, right? It's, I've got it. What am I supposed to use this on? Just one of them?
Hang on to that rope, Marston!
Okay. What do you want? Start horse breaking, dismount your horse, and get on a loosened horse. No! Ah. So you gotta be quick about this. Okay. So 84 Everfan says people defense is but Lawrence Fishburne when it was very much James Earl Jones type deal. Yes, because Lawrence Fishburne did the voice for
Hold on, Marston!
what?
Don't lose
Hold
it.
on. Lasso horse, and yeah, I know, but how do I change the horse?
Hold tight! Coming to help you!
Okay. How is he gonna help me mount a lassoed horse? Oh, okay, we were supposed to wait for them, and now we go for it. Okay. Yes, Lawrence. Oh gosh, this is so.
That's it! Now hold on to it!
Oh. Stay centered. How am I supposed? No. I don't even know if I'm doing this right. Okay. We're doing okay, I think.
Show me what you got!
Calm down, boy. Calm down. We got everything under control.
Come on, nearly got
I'm gonna ride that horse.
Don't give up!
Okay, so far so good. Yes.
I'm impressed, Marston.
Thank you. And I didn't even need a saddle. Let's go, mateys.
Let's go.
Mount your horse. Do I have to do that for every single one now? Ah, yes. Okay. Excuse me. Get back here. This horse tasted some independence and now it wants to go back. Oh no, don't tell me I have to do every single one of them. Game.
We haven't got all day.
Where's this?
Come on, rope one of them.
Slow down. Guys, get him. Get him. Quick. Where's the other guy?
Jump on and break him in. I got a hold on him.
Okay.
Hold on to him.
Okay, this should be easy enough. I know how to do this now, so... yes, so the Silver Surfer... No, I'm not already. I'm not comfortable enough.
That's it.
One mistake and I'm gonna have to do everything once again. How many times do we have to do this? Because let me tell you, it's fine. It's there we go.
Look at that. Pure and natural. Nice work.
So the thing about Lawrence Fishburne is he voiced the character, but the guy who did the model for the for Silver Surfer was a white guy. His name is Doc Jones.
I like your father.
I'm
Oh.
glad. He's quite a character.
You have a good life.
Doc Jones is a
The life I
somewhat
want. Me
prolific,
and my family, I mean.
I don't know
We
what
don't
you would
have a
call
lot
him, a
anymore.
physical performer, an actor that
It's one that gets so many
is
close
usually
to
used
trouble.
in movies
It'll
to
sap your spirit
perform
and make you poor. But
physical
it's straight.
roles. He's
And
a
it's decent.
model of a sort that's generally worked with, especially on
It's
the
no wonder you look so tired,
Guillermo del
Doug.
Toro
Some
films.
deck must be shy
He
Joker,
was
Mr. McFarlane.
Abe, I think that's his name, in Hellboy. He also played the fish in The Shape of Water, which was an awful film, but he's the guy who plays all these different creepy characters. That's because Doc Jones, again, that actor,
Sure.
he has a very interesting face, let's just put it that way. Maybe not the most flattering guy to look at, but he looks almost like a amphibian, is that what I would call him. And that's the sort of actor they got for the physical performance of Silver Surfer.
Well done, Mr. Marston.
They didn't get a
These are
black
fine
guy.
horses.
Let's get that clear.
Hey, Bonnie. Amos was saying some horses been spotted somewhere outside of Armadillo.
Let's go, Mr. Marston. We can really do with those horses. Come on, Mr. Marston.
This woman does not shut up, by the way. Accompany Bonnie to the meeting place. Sure.
You never did tell me why you were never married. Aside from the snobbery, that
Please
is.
don't ask
You
her.
sure ask a lot.
I'm just surprised, that's all.
Oh, he
Must've
remembered
been
what
quite a cat.
we did, says Far Cry Lego.
In the past, says it all.
That's why he's staring at us like that.
That's not what I mean. You must have had some suitors, that's all I'm saying.
Some, I suppose. Here
Gee,
and there.
she's so annoying.
Perhaps the middle of Hennigan's Stead ain't really the place to
Really?
find a husband.
She
Amos,
doesn't know how to
he's
shut
a
up.
little, well, you know, countrified.
Where'd you get
And it's
your
not like
airs and
it's even
graces,
important.
Mr. McFarlane?
From a couple of cheap governesses Pa hired to save us from being savages. I'd like to talk about more than just cattle and chickens sometimes, that's all. And after my brother left, it was up
Yep,
to me
yep,
to
yep.
become the man of the ranch. He'd never admit it, but my pa's a lot frailer than he looks.
You're worth two of any man I know, miss.
I'll try to take that as a compliment.
Finally, some peace and quiet.
Anyways,
Oh my gosh.
My wife is kind of like you, Miss McFarlane.
Is that so?
She's always been a woman in a man's world.
Well,
You don't
every
talk
woman
about
is
her
in a
very
man's
much.
world.
Looks like the ranch hand's up ahead.
Okay, they never shut up. Miles fans be like, yeah, that's a good approximation of the
Let's drive them up the canyon. Where
the,
it
the
narrows.
Venn diagram. The people in the middle. They tend to have certain opinions, and one of them is that they like Miles Morales. And they would also, if you like Miles Morales, chances are you'll also support You also support these characters who get face swapped. That's usually how it goes. When it comes to his fans,
Signal, and don't let those horses out of your sight.
Miles fan.
Right
Wait,
you are, miss.
that is Miles fans. Miles post 2018. I would say Miles has been. Do you mean to say that Miles has been a good character even before 2018 Far Cry Lego? When I say them that he was only made to be Spidey.
Yeah. I got you.
Wait, what happened?
Go.
And that's who. So do you think Miles is a good character before 2018? Because that'd be interesting to hear you think why that is the case.
Come on.
And also 2018 was the year that Into the Spider-Verse came out. Where's this woman? What is the objective here? Destination, we're supposed to go there? Okay. I guess not. We're not to bother them just yet. In that case, fine, let's go to the destination. When it comes to his fans, when I say to them that he was only made to be Spidey, when Peter's the OG one. Right behind the herd, we just did this, guys. Come on. Return to the herd. They're called fence sitters. Well, no, I wouldn't call them fence sitters because they clearly have. Although, maybe. Wait. What is this game about? Right behind the herd. Okay, I guess we're just supposed to follow them. Alright, let's do that. Guide the herd toward the canyon. Okay, let's do that. Where's the canyon? It's behind us, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is this what cowboys used to do back in the day? I suppose. Ah, yes. The cowboy lifestyle. You missed my Lawrence Fishburne comment. No, I didn't. I referred to it. No, says Far Cry Lego. Let's get these guys home to the canyon. The Hanging Rock. That's where the bad guys are supposed to be. Guys, stay on track. Stay on track.
Come on.
Stay on path. No. Get back. And kind of referring back. That's speaking of your Lawrence Fishburne comment. That was kind of like one point of discussion for the guy that I was talking to. He was very confident that because Lawrence Fishburne was the voice of the character, that somehow means Silver Surfer, that's okay for him to be black. But I brought up the fact that Samurai Jack, which is usually the go-to choice because that's like the most famous one I can think of. Samurai Jack is voiced by a black man, for example, but he does the voice for an Asian character, a Japanese character, so something's not tracking here. And so he probably understood that. And the other thing is, he was trying to make the argument that Marvel's was a bad movie, of course, and it did have the bad instances of politics, but he he was defending the whole choice and trying to conflate the... He was trying to conflate the haters of Disney products and just call them, oh, here come the usual haters, here come the sexists and racists and everything. And so that was his take. That's like the cheap argument that they usually make, right? It's to blatantly call people something that they're perhaps not, perhaps, right? Because I'm sure there's always that one person. But these horses, why is it showing me the minority? There we go. No, you get back. Oh my goodness, let me tell you guys something. I'm not a fan of these missions. I think, I was hoping more of a story, honestly, if these are the missions we're supposed to have. I don't know, what do you guys think about them? I understand it's trying to make us, immerse ourselves in the life of a cowboy. And then they dispersed. Great. Whatever, let's just push these guys forward. And they're running away at... get back to the herd, stupid. I can't do this. It's like, even if we... I don't want to have all of them in the group, I just want some of them, but then the game is so hellbent on having just every single one here. I don't know, I don't find any of this interesting too much. Like, we played the Tomb Raider game, for example. And that's a good... When you're not playing it on stream, I mean, in general, it's a good game, right? But it leaves you... Okay, guys. The moment of truth. Kind of have to just run around the place and kind of see what works. Platform a bit. Where is this place? It's not even that far away. It's right there. But the game, when it comes down to the game itself, you know, it's a solid game. Except, again, not very stream friendly. What is up with this? Come. And then they're going this way. That's the most infuriating part about this whole thing. I guess we're supposed to take them this way? Because, you know what, let's draw the map. Okay. Oh, it's this way, okay. At least we got him out of that stinking place. I have not played it yet. What have you not played? Have you ever heard of Red Dead Revolver? Oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness. I have heard of it. It was the precursor to this game, right?
Looks like we got the lot of them. What magnificent animals they are.
Where were you?
Hey,
You weren't even helping. Oh goodness. What fools.
Get after him.
They're all running away now. This is so stupid. Where are these guys even? Great. These guys are total bums, let me tell you that. But I have not played Red Dead Revolver as well. Is it as good? Is it better? What would you say it is? Because it is a game I've been kind of like thinking about getting for my PlayStation 2. No, I realize that you're better off just looking at the dots on the minimap than anything else. Okay. Too many cactuses. Or cacti.
Let's go.
I guess you just kind of have to screw around this place. Hey, he's not even moving. The heck? What is he doing? He's just messing with me at this point. How do you... You can jump, okay. Hey, sir. Okay, I guess I just gotta get him. Apparently that was too close. My Deadeye doesn't work anymore. Press and hold R1 to stop the loaded horse. Break the stallion. Once the stallion stops, you have a short time to dismount your horse. Like now? There we go. You got him.
I got you.
Okay.
Come on, baby. Calm down.
I'm glad we kind of put that together, because who knows how long we would have been here. He's weak.
Nearly there.
Okay, good. Good cap. I think the game is okay, but I would have probably enjoyed it more if I played before Red Dead Redemption. Oh, so you would have preferred if you'd play Red Dead Redemption, and then you'd move on to Red Dead Revolver. That's interesting. Finally, go to Bonnie with this horse. I suppose so. We don't want we don't want him to get away anymore.
Easy.
Ay caramba. How do you stop with this horse? So the circle's not doing it.
Easy.
Oh, finally.
Thanks for your help today, Mr. Marston. We got some fine horses. You know, why don't you keep that stallion as your own, as a thank you from all
This imperialism is giving us
He's a
this
fine
colonization efforts to tame the horses. These wild, free horses are unforgivable. Thank you for saving game. Imagine if the game had it crashed when we were trying to in the middle of this mission. Actually, I kind of like comparing Arkham Asylum with City, but the sequel builds so much on the foundation. Okay, so you're comparing Red Dead Revolver 2, Batman Arkham Asylum. Where do we want to go next? Here. We want to go here. Why? Because we want to get to the next location, to the next story beat. Good. The Hanging Rock. Okay. So yeah, this person was very... No, I kind of just told him that the Silver Surfer is a certain way, and you cannot change that aspect of the character because there's more to a character than just his name and his main appearance. There's also, and there's, like, come to think of it, I've told this point to several people, different people, but this one particular one had a lot of... Is this the place we're supposed to be in? No, you want to go here. But there's a question mark. Let's help this guy. Let's see, maybe we won't die. Is that it? It is. Now, where's the guy that was held hostage? Did we just kill him? I think we just may have. Bollard's twins outfit menu entry updated. Let's see the outfit menu. The Bollards. Okay, we got something. Defend residents of Hennigan's deeds. Okay, so you basically complete tasks and that's how you get it. Okay. It's kind of like comparing... Okay, I kind of read that already. Good. And Twitch is pretty tame. Nice. So yeah, basically, Williamson... Bill Williamson is a guy who shot us in the last episode. We were kind of trying to get in contact with him. We went up to him and he shot us, and then he used to be our partner in crime, if you want to call him that. We were both bandits in the past, and we wanted to talk to him, and for whatever reason, he turned on us. And that's where we are now in the story, and the only reason why we got saved is because this woman, Bonnie, dang, they worked those horses to death. This woman, Bonnie, and some other guy, supposedly her father, they took us in and they took care of us, and we were basically brought back to, I don't know, to life. Yeah. Oh.
This is dirty.
By the way, did you guys see? You guys probably have seen these. But the whole, let's see, let me show you this. Womp womp. This incredible Captain America 4, who is definitely not Captain America. He's an imposter known as Black Falcon. By the way, we did not come up with this phrase. The Captain, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV show came up with that phrase. It's hilarious how nobody had issue with, Falcon as a character, at least in the movies. And no one had an issue with him. Everybody liked him. Let me show you the gameplay as well. And then they started, for one, race baiting. And then they started accusing the fans of coming up with these phrases like, oh, it's Black Falcon because he's black, and that's usually where the comic book characters are. Where they are positioned in terms of the black characters when they are black and they have a black in their name as well. Which is, you know, at first you think, yeah, that's so true, but then you kind of think about it and you're like, are there that many black characters with black in their name? Like, okay, there's Black Panther, there is Black Lightning, there is Black Goliath, that's 3. There were some other ones, but then it's like, okay, it turns out that there aren't that many. And I kind of looked at the list online to kind of make it easier for myself, be a bit more objective about it perhaps. And I don't think that there are that many black superheroes who go by the name Black. No? Like, can you guys name any other ones? What? That's an invincible deer. Let's shoot him in the butt. There we go. Yee. Let's get some herbs first. I'm gonna get high. Where are these plants? There we... No, not the horse. Not the horse. Game, work with me here. I'm not exactly sure what we need these herbs for, but the fact that they're even here in the game, I guess we'll never get them, means that we gotta collect some of them at least. Black Vulcan, I guess, but he's pretty much a knockoff Black Lightning, and even then, I'm reaching. Black Vulcan. Is he from Marvel? Hold on. Let me check this real quick. Black Vulcan. DC apparently, okay. Okay, there we go. So, yeah, that's like another one. But then, I guess my point was with that is, There's also a lot of white characters who have the name Black in their name, right? Black Widow, Black Canary. There's probably some other ones, some less obvious ones. So, like, I think it's kind of people reading into it too much. And I used to be of the same thought. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's definitely what it is. That definitely happens. But then you kind of look into it and you're like, actually, there aren't that many black characters who go by the name, like, have the word black incorporated into their name. Let's get that leaf. I really want the leaf. The herb, give it to me. Apparently I'm standing on it. There it is. Pick red sage. He's from Super Friends, says Moodcap. Yes. I just learned that just by Googling it just now. I've never watched Super Friends, even though I probably should because it's got Aquaman as one of its main characters. Oh, it's an armadillo who doesn't have an animation. Got it. Nice. Okay, no more skinning animals. I don't know even. I think that's what we're supposed to be doing, right? Because Black Bolt, yeah, exactly. Thank you. Another white character who goes with the prefix black. No, it's not just a black characters thing. Black Manta is like a villain, for example. That's always used as well. But then it's like, okay, we just named 6 ones. And then for the white ones, we named 3. And then you could probably just kind of look for it a bit more. Can you help a lady? What do you want? Do we want to help her? Oh! Oh, dang! There's a lot of them, so let's just make the most out of this. There they are. Okay, there's one more somewhere around here.
It's not my fault. They say they will kill me if I don't help. Please don't kill me.
Calm down. Is he inside or something?
Here, take all the money. It's yours. Please don't kill me.
We helped her, but there's one more guy somewhere around here, and I think he's inside. What? I guess not. He just disappeared. Okay. The gun that's just on there full. Let's do a quick Google check on this. Black characters or a Marvel DC heroes. A to Z, for example. And then B. I'm going to go to B. I'm on Marvel wiki page. And my Blackbird. Is he black? Isn't that the vehicle name? Blackbird. Okay, so Blackbird is a white character. Okay, Black Bolt, we know him. Black Cat, white. Black Crow, Black Knight. Black Knight is as white as you get. Black Crow, I've never heard of this character before. Black Crow, meaning... And so far, again, I'm reading this off of the official Marvel page. And there is no... So Black Crow is Native American from the looks of it. So even got a native here. Black Panthers, so that's the first one. Black Queen, white. Black Tarantula, Black Tom. Black Widow, we already mentioned that one. Black Hearts, Blacklash, right? An Iron Man villain. Blackout, so again, a lot of characters that are white. A to Z. And let's see DC characters. B. Black Adam, Black Canary, Black Hawk. Black Hawk, he is Black Hawk is a team, right? The Black Hawks. With Black Manta. Yeah. So I think people are definitely overdoing the whole, oh, black character is named Black, therefore he must be... It's like a stereotype. No, it isn't. It's the same thing when people say, black characters have electrical powers. No, that's not true. That's not a trope. A lot of superheroes in comic books, video games, everything else are actually also have powers that are not just electrical based. You know what I'm talking about?
You'll be needing this.
So it's people who are just being dishonest because they think it's there's more people to loot. Okay. No, this is not what I was trying to do. That's okay. So some people are just dishonest because they want to pay into the race baiting and the race wars. That's what they want to do. That's their pejorative. That's their objective. Fine. Okay. Let's go. People say that and use Electro as an example even though he's white in the books. Isn't that hilarious? Instead of using Electro as an example of a character who is white and should be white. See, that's the thing. It's like, oh, they complain about the electricity power. So they're like, oh, look how it's become a trope. But then they go out of their way to praise these race swaps, for example, and say that it's not a big deal. And yet they're saying, it's like two different things that they're saying at the same time. You can see why it's a problem. Yeah, I can hear the gunshots. Save the treasure hunter. Fine. I'm on it. Hopefully... Oh, we just killed him, didn't we? Yeah, we killed him. Oops. Hopefully he wasn't important. Retrieve the map. Good, he was not important. Well, you know, I should have looked. I was in the middle of being very into it. Save. Good. It's kind of funny how, you know, it's okay to kill people, but the moment you kill a dog, the game crashes on you. Huh. Then again, if a dog is evil, which that one was definitely not evil. You know, why would you even kill a dog that's just kind of minding its own business? Even though we kicked him, you know, even then he kind of forgot about the whole thing. So we gotta appreciate those kind of dogs, not shoot them. Where's my horsey? The stallion. I want the stallion. I want the fastest car. I want the fastest ride in town. There he is. Dum 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 dum. Good. Did we just do it? Did we do it? Was this the location we were supposed to go to? No. Right, we were supposed to meet Nigel West. Not to be confused with Wally West, who's also been race swapped and also used as an example of black characters with electrical powers. I like how they fall. The higher they fly, the harder they fall. Or something like that. Okay, here is the location. Let's see what happens. I forgot who he was supposed to be even, so let's find out.
Excuse me. Excuse me, sir. You need help? Mister, you alive?
Fuck. God damn it. Good heavens.
What kind of moron would
I said,
shoot a good guy?
no, I'm not okay. Do I look like I'm okay?
You look like you're
Pretty
dead.
good for a corpse.
Praise be.
Move up, mister. Time to get you to a doctor or an undertaker. Whichever you need once we get to town.
St. Peter, open up them pearly gates. I'm coming home.
Come on, mister. Come on.
sir. I'm bleeding like a badly butchered hog.
You'll be fine. Just focus.
You better take the reins. I don't think I'm strong enough. I'm finished. Done for.
Just sit up straight, will you?
Drama queen.
To Armadillo! Godspeed!
Press L2 to draw a weapon while driving. You can aim and shoot. Oh gosh, this is not gonna end well.
Out! I implore you to please stay on the road!
Okay, dude.
What is your name, friend?
John Marston.
Oh, good
Is this
God.
gonna be more
Out of
talking?
the frying pan into the fire!
Excuse me.
How many outlaws can a man encounter in one day?
You must have me mistaken with somebody else, Fred.
The Pollard twins, Walton's gang. I know who you are.
Hmm.
My God, they come back to finish me off.
My gun doesn't work. What? Keep your head down, boy. Is he dead? It looks like he's dead. Yeah, in the image you can see. Hold on, let me make the image a bit bigger for you guys. So we got Captain. Excuse me, everyone. We got Sam Wilson here, who pretends to be Captain America. He isn't. Let's make that very clear. He cannot replace Steve Rogers. But just because you hold that shield, it does not make you Captain America. It does not make anyone Captain America. Let me make this clear. Not just Sam Wilson. It doesn't make John Walker the Captain America when he had it. Nor, this also applies to Bucky, who is Bucky, not Captain America. There's only one, and his name is Steve Rogers. And stop watering down white male superheroes, white identities, white icons, okay? You don't need to water down the whites. The whites don't need to be watered down, okay? Speaking of watering something down, Harrison Ford couldn't even be bothered to put on the stash. And at that point, it's like, what are you even doing here, man? You clearly don't want to be here. You clearly cannot commit to the role. You have no intention of showing up. It's over. It's over. And it was always dead on arrival. As soon as this character even showed up, as soon as they made Sam Wilson Captain America, and we saw the TV show, which was a bunch of phrase baiting nonsense, as it was, as we all expected it would be. Because what else would it be? And of course, the screenings have went abysmally for them, right? The screenings for Captain America: New World Order, Brave New World is what it's called now, because they'll keep changing the name. They don't know which dystopia they want to allude to and say that, oh, it's not working. Okay, it's over for us. Right. Oh gosh, it's gonna be over for us. You know what?
There's no time to lose. What have we stopped for?
Incredible aim. There we go. This is the only thing that's saving me. And I can't use it anymore? Let's go. I have no idea how we even managed to survive that. And I think we're gonna die anyway.
Not bad.
Okay, good. We barely survived that. Other way. So the screenings went awful for them. Oh, he has a health too? Oh, he's about to die out on us. He's gonna pass out. Dang. Yeah, good idea. How much further is this location? Oh, he's gonna die. It's over for him. This is what happens when you're too... You know what, can I just shoot him already? No? Okay. Ah, yes. A retry from checkpoint. Hopefully it's not from far away. Let's just go. Harrison Ford does not care about many roles nowadays. He was very proud of Indiana Jones. Very proud of that movie. Even though it was probably the most offensive ones out of the ones he's done. Let's actually do a poll on this. So what other characters did he do? Han Solo, right? What was the worst? Harrison Ford. Character assassination. Was he character assassinated in 2049? Would you say that? I've watched both films, the first Blade Runner and the second one, but would you say he was kind of destroyed as a character in that? I'm not too big of a character. That's right, Force Awakens or sequel trilogy. You're saying no. I would probably agree with that. I never thought of him as a ruined character. What else? Who else did he play? I think he had like one more in him. Indiana Jones. And then Indiana Jones is Indy 5 or Dial of Destiny, which is a stupid title. Very generic, but also just Dial of Destiny. That's the best name you could have come up with. Let's see Harrison Ford's cinematography or filmography. Recent films. He's done like a Yellowstone, a spin-off. I think that'll be it. Weirdly enough. Let's see, Wikipedia. 2025 Thunderbolts, which has an asterisk now. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Secret Life of Pets. Yes, let's include that in it. Age of Adeline. Interesting. He hasn't played in that many movies. The Call of the Wild. I figured he plays in something else, but I guess not. Anchorman 2. Ender's Game. He was pretty bad in that. I hated that movie. Okay, I guess just those two. And honestly, they're pretty big characters. Indiana Jones 5 and the box office flop. Accurate. No lies detected. Okay, just those two, I guess, then. I think. Did he do a TV show? Television, let's see. Shrinking. What? Nature is Speaking, Frontline. The Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. That was a TV show. People forget that Indiana Jones had a TV show in the 90s. Yeah, I guess that's it. Documentary. Yeah, let's just do those two. It's a pretty big I would say it's a worthy battle. And then people on Twitch, if you're watching, you can let us know which one was worse according to you, the character assassination of Han Solo or of Indiana Jones. Indy.
And in a well-cut suit if this happens. Do you know who they were? Good Lord!
Let's just get rid of him straight away. Hold on. Okay, then never mind. Let's just ride this thing and hopefully they'll leave us alone.
Just sit and save some of your breath and breathe.
So far, they're leaving us alone. So Indiana Jones 5 and the box office bomb, says Lego.
It's getting really cold.
Where did I go? This is what I get for reading the chat.
I thought I was a goner for sure.
This guy's gonna die again if we don't hurry.
I wouldn't start celebrating just yet, friend. Come on, don't stop!
Yeah, this guy's gonna die. What? He's already dying so quickly? That's stupid.
They don't appear to be giving up.
What the heck? So many of them.
I'm gonna kick up the heavens, boy.
And he's dead. How are we even supposed to reach that? Okay, fine, I did mess up, and I'm not reading the chat anymore. I'm gonna finish this.
Closest doctor is in Armadillo.
We did mess up in one spot, but even then it seems somewhat implausible. And I guess we should not waste our time.
I knew you'd come. What?
Wait, look at
I
our
knew this
life.
wasn't my time. He has a greater
Look at the
purpose
red
for
meter
me.
on the right.
Delirious
We barely
and
have any
playing
life.
dumb, friend. Fate brought you
How
to
did they
my
expect
aid.
us to make it
Why
there?
else are you helping me? Look at you. Somebody needed to.
That's
Come
ridiculous.
back. I'm done for.
Ah, man. So, the whole thing with Captain America, I made this point on Instagram. It's, the movie is, it called it a Hulk movie without a Hulk, and a Captain America movie without a Captain America. And why did I call it that? It's because, for those who don't know, this version of the Captain America, again, we're not doing this again. We almost made the same mistake. The Captain America movie, Brave New World, or whatever it's going to be finally called, it is going to have a lot of Hulks in the film.
They're still coming.
So, the leader, I believe, is going to be the main antagonist, which I've been waiting for that character, as well as Abomination, to make it back into the movies. But that was for Phase 3, not for Phase 4, 5, or 6. And we've seen how they brought back Abomination.
They're fleeing. We must be too close to town, Barnum.
We are in the town, moron.
I embrace you. For Christ's sakes, man, you're gonna be fine.
Oh, don't tell me
Really
we're gonna
there.
die like this.
Your arms.
Perfect.
You need
This
more
is
than a doctor, my friend.
perfect way to go down. There we go. Here we are.
Whoa there. This is it. You're gonna make it.
Good.
Where the devil are we? Armadillo. We made it safe, you'll be happy to know. Thank you, sir. Thank you. You're a gentleman and a true man of honor. Coming from you, I doubt that means much, but I appreciate the civility. I owe you, sir. And I always pay my debts. Jesus. But if I die, I'm sorry for it. If not, I'll be your man for... Let's get you fixed up first. Then we'll decide what you're my man for.
John Marston, I think that's what his name is. I keep forgetting. I think I got him confused with James Marston last time, but he seems like a very kind guy. Like a very casual dude that you would normally, talk to. And I figured he'd be more like of a macho or the silent but deadly type. Okay, we did what we had to do. Nigel's wounds will take some time to heal. While you are waiting, you could further explore New Austin. Where is New Austin? I guess this is New Austin. Bonnie, we're not going to her. American Appetites. Let's check this place out. I wonder what this is. A movie theater? What? Oh yeah, we're going here and then there. What is this? Stagecoach taxi. Is that what they called them back then? Stagecoach taxis? Even back then they had a name like that? Okay, we got a mission there. Strangers found throughout the world are in need of assistance. They are marked with question marks on your map. Yeah, but I want to get my thing ready. Oh, that's actually where it's going to lead us. Okay. Then let's go to the movies first. Like it's going to take us in Persona 5. Hey, look what we have here. What happens if we use rope on it? What do you guys think will happen? Nothing? Oh, ew, he's got fleas. Please. Nothing. Doesn't even want to play with me. Let's watch some movies. $2. It better be a good movie.
Pardon, sir. Please.
Let's see what movie they're gonna show us.
Jumping heads like jackrabbits on springs.
What is this PowerPoint presentation nonsense? Okay. So Mr. Monopoly is here in this. Okay. It's the Fallout cartoon guy. Remedies. Thunk thunk. Okay, we got an old guy. He's making fun of him. What torments or ails you, kind sir? What do you think? He's old. My back, blinding pain of sinister expression. Revitalizing swig. Contains morphine and swamp gas. I don't think that's a good idea. Hey, you're in my way, ugly woman. Gracious creator of Hellfire Spirit. What? Gracious creator of Hellfire. I guess he created Hellfire too. God, of course. What? What is this movie? Yeah, no. So far, I'm not digging the character. You have adopted an affliction, sir. So far, I'm not digging this story arc. Let me tell you this. Tapeworms and what else did he say? Cathartic disease, elixir, cocaine. He's giving them drugs. Overdosing like it's... What? What is this movie? Yeah, that's very... I don't think that's a very historically accurate. Oh my gosh! What are we watching? I must avail myself of these bad humors upon this tree. What? I'm walking out. This is awful. I want my $2 back.
Sir. I suggest you don't annoy me too much.
Give me the $2 back. This is what I'm gonna do to every...
What do you want with me? Now shut the hell up! Somebody help me! What do I do that makes them all want to do me in?
What is he gonna do to me? Pay witness.
Hell, murder!
Come back, come back.
What can I do? You want free haircuts? Sure. Whatever you say, mister.
He's gonna pay for showing me this pornography nonsense. That's right. You're gonna learn what it is like to be exploited for money. You're gonna learn what it's like to suffer and you're gonna suffer the consequences too. Can we take him? Let's see. Disgusting fool. He thinks he got us, huh? Let's see.
Faster! Faster!
I wasn't very... Oh, he fell off. Literally. Where is he now? Where'd he go? Did he just spawn back to his place? What is going on? I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have had movies in this time frame. It's 1911, so it's accurate in terms of the timing. But this guy just ran away. Unless this is a lot better than I think. It's 1911. The first films were created by the Lumiere brothers in 1895. I mean, they invented a lot of the films in France. And by 1911, I think they would have had them. What a joke. Is he back? Let's see if he went back to his place. Did you catch that, Nerd Center? He went back. What the heck? Capitalism is insane. It's black magic. Is that money for me? His old hat is here.
I guess I'm having an unpleasant day too.
Dance for me. What? Okay, something's weird. What? Was this always like that in the game? I guess he's one of those crucial NPCs that you can't really attack. And what? Who do I pay this money to now? Oh, there he is.
Why do y'all want to hurt me?
Rob, yes, give me the money.
Everyone in this toilet of a town has it in for me. Oh, no. The world's going crazy.
Give me the money. I want my money back.
My mistake.
My mistake. Give me the money, dude. I'm just so annoyed by this guy. Give me the money back, and I'll let you go. I told you, you're not supposed to play me some garbage.
Don't think this is quite
Okay,
your day.
what?
Away from me. Somebody help me.
You know what? Let him go. We'll get our revenge. He's just running away into the wilderness to die and starve. I figured this was further back in the 18,000s. I did so too, but then I searched up the time period. Still better animation than X-Men 97. Are you talking about the game? Because if so, true. Agreed. Because what else would you be talking about? What other animation? Oh, we're back to these guys. Nice.
Ah, since you're here, you want to make yourself useful?
Not particularly.
Listen, son, I know you got a mission. But right now, I need another gun.
Why? What's happening?
We've had this problem for months with this group of bandits who are getting drunk and murdering settlers. Last night, they went to a big place up near Ridgewood.
They burnt the place down, killed the men, burning most of them alive, and raped the women.
Ooh.
Women folk then got their throats slit. One of them survived and walked in here this morning.
Anyway, we got a posse gathering up near Ridgewood. Will you ride with us?
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, John Marston. It's gonna be a bloody job.
I don't think I know any other kind, sir.
What Cap says, still better animation than X-Men 97, and he was referring to the black and white cartoon on the screen that we were watching. Yeah, we'll get to X-Men 97 after this mission, probably. It's about time. Yes, you are, lady. I still gotta check. And he's not here, okay. Scaredy cat. Oh. Oh. Okay. I think we just ran over someone. And that's why. We killed the woman. She was standing in my way. What do you want me to say? Okay, fine, let's stick to this. Dun, 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 dun.
Let's hit the breeze, boys. Marston,
Okay.
I hear you caught up with Mr. West Dickens.
I did. For a man who claims to have found a remedy to all ailments, he was in pretty bad shape.
His tonic has helped a great many people. It's a medical breakthrough from the East, the result of years of research.
If only it could cure him of his diarrhea of the mouth.
I wouldn't be so dismissive of science if I was you.
Science rules us all.
He's no more a scientist than I am a priest. But people can spend their hard-earned money however they please.
He's certainly a character, that West Dickens.
I can't understand a goddamn word he said.
A more flannel-mouthed bunko artist I've never met.
So yeah, the whole Captain America 4 film
John,
is going to be pretty much a Hulk movie without a Hulk. That's why I called it that. And then why is it a Captain America movie without Captain America? That one's
Eli, go see what it is.
pretty self-explanatory. Because Sam Wilson is, of course, not Captain America. Just because you name yourself that does not give you the right, and just because the writer's force a character against their will, to make a decision, like endorse a different character and tell them that yes, you are now Captain America, which by the way has not even happened in the movie. At the end of Endgame, Steve Rogers never said, hey, you can take over my name. He just gave him the shield,
Somebody was so busy killing people,
which
they went
was
and dropped their
nice.
gun.
But it was not hey, you can be me. You can be me now. It's like, where did you get the idea that you can be me now? You can take the shield and paint it over with, I don't know, a falcon, or you can paint it white and red. But what made you think that you can just... Can we skin this thing alive? No. What makes you think you can just take on somebody else's identity? Which is the weirdest thing of all time. If somebody gave me a shield, their sword, I would not then want to take over their name, right? If somebody gave you a sword, you wouldn't try to masquerade as that person. And I was yapping too much. Okay, we get it. If this is going to send us to the beginning, I'ma throw a fit. And it took us to the beginning. Oh boy.
All right, boys, let's move it out.
Okay. Let's Okay, whatever. I'm gonna just tune this out then. I'm too fast. Whoa. Easy there, easy. So yeah, the whole Captain America thing. So they had to, I think they were sort of aware of that fact, that they couldn't just make somebody else Captain America without a reason. So then they came up with the whole John Walker thing that would give precedent to then call him Captain America, because somebody else is going to take that name. No, not necessarily. And even the public would not have reacted well to somebody else calling themselves that.
Marston, take a look. Eli, you too.
But then the show never kind of showed us that perspective, which you'd think would be very important. So, very odd.
Ain't no survivors here, Marshal.
Okay, let's see. Your game is cursed. No, it isn't. Everything we've been doing so far has been flawless. Although, I guess, you know, everything that happens
Somebody was so busy
and
killing people, they
it doesn't
went and
turn
dropped
out
their
well,
guns.
yes, that is cursed. That is cursed. That's not on me. It's the curse's fault. The curse's fault. Let's not lose them this time around. Nerd Center, haven't kept up with current Marvel. How come Sam is Cap again in universe? I know why editorially they did it. Hold on, let me just not lose them. Good. Whew. Okay. The reason was, let's see if I can remember. I did read the new comic book, and I think he just became Captain America for no reason. I don't think it was properly explained. I think they did try to kind of like they acknowledged it for sure. But that was when he already took on the name once again in the comic books. So it was just something that he kind of was again.
Any number of people, especially now the word's out we're cleaning up the county.
Between Walton's boys and the rustlers, we've been spilling a lot of blood.
Marvel Comics does not even care enough to kind of give it much of any thought. See, like, these are the sort of missions I appreciate. Us investigating, us going out on a shootout. But I gotta say, so far the story is medium. So far nothing has happened.
More dead bodies. And the fire's still smoking. Those scumbags must still be around.
Come on.
I'm trying to understand what if you remember the opening, where there was like the whole train ride scene, and I'll get to Moodcap's comment, but there was the whole train ride, and people were talking about various things, about the election that's coming up, about the tensions within the cowboys versus, not just the cowboys, but the uncivilized savages, so-called. Investigate the area. I forget how you stop with this thing, so I always just end up
This is too quiet.
running
I
off.
got a bad feeling about this.
I got a bad feeling about
Search the
this.
area.
We're doing some Batman Arkham,
Shed's clear, Marshal.
Batman Arkham investigation right here.
Yeah.
If I only knew how to slow down. But you guys gotta admit, we are... Oh, there's hiding inside, huh?
No one here.
Okay. Two guys there, okay.
Come on.
That ain't right. No one would board up a barn like this. Break that door down. The rest of you, get your guns ready.
I see guys. Yeah, they're inside. Hold on. I saw them inside. This guy's already suspicious. Look at him. Oh wait, he's one of us. Never mind. But there's a red dot here. What's up? Why am I supposed to be the one who wastes my ammo? Dang. Ooh. Dude's just letting it loose.
Holy sweet mother of mercy.
Please don't shoot me. Some bandits came by and took us hostage. They're holed up in the farmhouse. Some of my family is being kept hostage inside.
Nice. I mean, not the hanging body, but this is what we wanted.
Get into that house right now.
Ooh, nice. A lot of enemies. Look at me, Hawkeye.
Guess I'll make a good man after all.
Who was that? I think I have auto aim on.
Gone far enough. Get into that house and smoke those sons of bitches. I see one of them.
First, give me the ammo.
Oh my good God!
This won't make this any harder on yourself. I'm gonna start getting lost. Hellfire!
Oh, that's a bad guy. Okay.
Christ alive! That's way!
There's one more guy somewhere around here.
Jesus, well.
Where is he? Upstairs, I guess.
Are you kidding? You and me gonna have ourselves some fun.
Shoot him, please. Oh, come on. Get him.
Make a break for the shed when the coast is clear. There'll be a deputy waiting for you.
Oh my good God!
Oh!
Everything's stupid now.
We killed her,
As soon as
I
you can,
think.
make a run for
I
the
mean, we
shed.
technically should have
Keep
killed
your
her.
head down.
Thank you. They said they were gonna kill us all.
Dang.
Look like that's all of them. Let's see how the hostages are doing. Damn you!
Mudcap, it's a Ray Palpatine situation where Disney insists she's Skywalker, even though she stole the name after all the real ones died. Yeah, that's kind of funny. She decided to change names right after they died, and they couldn't oppose, and they tried to make them smile about it and laugh, but that's another example of forcing the characters to react in the way that's, you know, it's why would they be smiling about that? It's like, oh, she took our name. But it makes no sense for her to go with Skywalker specifically. She barely knew any of them, right? Other than Leia. But even then, they didn't have a mother-daughter relationship. Let's get out of here.
What you got on you?
So even from that point, just even if oh, it's raining, nice. Even if it was, let's say, something that was somewhat if we don't even if we don't look at it from a perspective of was this even right to begin with, it doesn't make sense on its own as well from a writing perspective, because she barely knows any of them. She should have gone with Solo, because at least he kissed Kylo Ren, right? So she would have been like, hey, I gotta take on the name of my guy, but I guess not. Even that would have been cringe, honestly.
Some folks tried escaping to the south, but then some robbers started chasing him down like wild dogs. I thought you were supposed to protect us, Marshal. You folk-eat men.
Yeah,
You ain't
Marshal.
nothing. You're just some man on a government payroll taking money that the rest of us have to pay for with our lives. What is wrong with this country?
Shut up, men.
I guess they're kind of...
The boss of that bunch gets $50.
It ain't about the money, Marshal. These are people's lives. People's homes.
Okay. I think I know what they're trying to do.
Let's go. Get on your horse, boy.
They're trying to kind of make a point, I think an argument for the government intervention, for the federal agents, and for order in general. I think that's what they're gonna go for here, because that woman right there seemed pretty upset that, you know, it's not just about, you know, making it right, making the wrongs, and you know, trying to take the revenge or something, you know, the cowboy way. It's about our safety, it's about who we are, and our dignity. And I think that's what they're gonna go with this. That's what they're gonna go with in this game. I think they're laying the seeds there. They're laying the seeds for a lot of things, and so far none of them have materialized yet. Maybe perhaps because it is the beginning. Well, let's see what they say.
That's somebody on the cliff. You just walk away now, John.
They know me.
I didn't kill you before, but I
Oh, that's
as
Bill.
shit will now.
That's the guy who shot us
Get
before.
yourself down here, Bill. You know you ain't man enough to stop me. You know I don't want to kill you.
Remember, he used to work with them as bandits in the old days.
You always did have a high opinion of yourself, John. Dutch always said you were an arrogant son of a bitch.
Dutch. He constantly brings her up.
Get 'em, boys!
Ho ho. We're about to die. You guys ready?
Everybody, take cover
Behind the horses.
in that shed.
It takes them a while to take out the guns. Like, they're not shooting at us. I guess they are. Because you heard... Where are they?
Keep together and stay in here. This is the best cover.
They're kind of too far away. Let's...
Can't take much more of this.
Come on now! Stop that!
Boom. Pow. Chow.
Watch your heads.
There's more of them? Yeah, I think I have auto aim on. Like when I kind of happen to aim at them straight away, it just follows them. But now it doesn't, so let's just wait for them to get closer, and now. Die!
You don't want to do this, my friend!
Okay. You know, this is the almost like the tail end of the American frontier. So it is like 1911, just when it ended. So it might very much be like a commentary on that whole situation of people just kind of being, at least that's how it's presented here so far. People being sick of like the Wild West.
Hey, look what I got here! There's something that you're still breathing! Come here, boy.
What a cruel man.
Nice to see you again, buddy. Thanks for your help, John.
Like I said, after this
Norman here's
mission,
gonna help us get
we'll
the
talk
bill.
X-Men 97.
Ain't you, Norman?
Thank you, Mr. Deke. Mighty kind.
Fuck you!
Hog time. Let's get him to jail.
Okay. Let's clean up after them. Fame 250 and honor 200.
Don't think you'll be needing this.
See, like those missions I like. Not the yapping of Bonnie McFarlane. None of the horse rides and taking out the horses or trying to tame them. None of that bull crap. This is what we're all about. This is the shootouts we came for. Good. What? Oh no.
Stupid damn animal!
Where is it? I don't see it. I just avoided. It was a rattlesnake, for those who are not aware. It bit us last time, and I suppose it did it again. This time we didn't even see it. Okay, so let's get back to the place. Let's maybe they'll tell us something else. And then once we're done with that, we'll be able to... Nice grass shots. We'll be able to take a look at X-Men 97. Uh-huh. Okay, good. That's gross. What do they even use the horse hide for? That's what I want to know. Let's see, which way do we go? This way, right? This is where we saw them last time? So in that case, let's go back. Cool. By the way, are they still going forward with the Israeli character, the Israeli female character that was supposed to be in Captain America 4, but then did they issue an official statement? I think they did. Probably use it for leather. That would make sense. Makes sense. That's what I thought it could potentially be, but I never thought it would be from horses. You know, technically this is kind of like a Jonah Hex game. If they ever made one, this would be probably it. It would be exactly like this. Maybe less of the running around with horses and stuff in the hordes. Okay, good. Armadillo. Oh, sorry. And nothing? Okay. I guess nothing then. Just pretend his face is disfigured. Whose face? My face? What about my face? Who we gonna lynch today, huh? Let's get out there and let's get him. We gonna get him good. Let's go. So he can do Jonah Hex. Oh yeah, right. Jonah Hex. Mr. Jonah. Mr. J. We bought this place, by the way. Was it this one? And we can already move on with the other mission, but we're not going to start it yet. Okay, so far so good. Nice. Okay. Or should we go here? I think it's going to start a new mission. So we were supposed to go to a different place, by the way. So let's see. We had the movie theater on. The American Appetites. That's what we wanted. Right, so let's just go there. That's the last stop. Although it's the same place.
He's just a boy. Well, they took my boy.
No, 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 no.
Who did?
He's missing. He's only a youngster. My boy is missing.
That's the woman we
Who took him?
ran over
Them
before.
hills near Hanging Rock. They took it.
Can't the police force help?
We'll help you next time.
They can't even help themselves. Please, sir. My son is missing. I need your help.
If I find him, I'll bring him back to you.
Saving, good. Dum, 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 dum. Oh, stop crying.
Damnation!
What? No, 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 no. We are not saving that. We are definitely not failing that mission. Yeah, that's a good indicator that that's where we should finish it for today. I mean, for the game, I think, right? But in terms of the rest of the stream, let's see how long this takes us, because I do have a bit of those clips prepared, because I want to kind of get into it a bit more than I would usually with the whole situation for X-Men 97, because the recent episode has been praised by so many people, and many are calling it the best episode. And it's going to be, well, for one, I know a lot of you people have watched the show, the previous one, and the other one, and some of you may be even fans of this. And I think I do know why people like the X-Men 97 show. For one, of course, there's the nostalgia bait, right? And I think, that's usually how it goes with these movies and shows. You have Spider-Man No Way Home, which was an awful movie. I mean, very bad. At least very bad. That really disrespected the legacy of Spider-Man if you kind of just step back and kind of take off the rose-tinted glasses. You kind of focus what the story is about, what Peter does as a character, what kind of mistakes he makes, and later the solutions he comes up with his redemption arc, so to speak. Does it really, how is it kind of like portrayed? And from that perspective, it's a bad movie, and it does not do the character justice. And I would say with X-Men 97, I think the intention is, let's see, I think it's different. I think with X-Men 97, you know what, let me ask you this. How many of you like the show, or didn't I ask you guys this before? Maybe that's a good question for Instagram, because I think we'd get more of a broader perspective. I don't know. But I do know that, like, if you kind of compare, Spider-Man No Way Home just made me hate the newer movies more, says Woodcap. Understandably, I hated Homecoming. I despised Far From Home as well. And then No Way Home came out, and it made me despise these characters even more. Like everything, because it put on this front of, oh, we're going to be accurate now, but then it was in reality really twisting what a lot of like the original things that were being put into Spider-Man. They were basically abusing that and hoping that, doing something approximating that would give them the praise, or they thought that they were doing the character justice, and that's not what they thought that they were actually exploring these themes, when in reality they were making a mockery of them because they were so incompetent. With X-Men 97, I think it's a bit different. I think they are sticking to the themes that they wanted to go with, right? But I think from the character writing perspective, that's where it falls apart. It makes a lot of changes to people like Morph or Gambit, who will be the subject of many discussions today, because the episode pertains to him, and he was the highlight for a lot of people, and we can't blame them, because the way Gambit Gambit in general is a very likable character, especially his background, where he comes from. And I think if you could make a movie out of another X-Men, I think Gambit would definitely be on the top of that list because he has his whole thieves background. And I've read some of his solo runs. I think there's a lot of potential there to be had with his stories. And so let's watch this some clips from this show. So if you've watched the previous streams, you'll know that Gambit has been cucked on more than one occasion because Rogue, she fell in love with Magneto.
You best sit down.
She fell in love with Magneto. And Gambit, who has been with Rogue for the past 5 seasons, has, they were the big couple in this show. That's what people watched it for. That's what they loved about it. And now that that's kind of gone out the window, they really did character assassinate Rogue in a lot of ways. And there were even like the people who enjoy this show are saying that this was not the best way to handle the storyline. With Rogue and Gambit, they did not appreciate it. So there's something here. But then I think a lot of people kind of at the end, because they were just so enamored with the story, and because Gambit dies at the end. So okay, so here's the gist of what happens. And we'll watch these clips as well. But Rogue ends up going with Magneto. Gambit gets cucked. And then at the end, when she realizes that Gambit might be the guy for her in the end, he dies. And people look at that and it's, oh, isn't that tragic? Isn't that sad? And from that, like, if that's what they're kind of just focusing on, I would agree. I would say, yeah, it is pretty sad. And I like that dynamic as well. But with context, it really falls apart. And we're not going to be trying to grasp at straws, because even if you think that the Magneto and Rogue relationship sucks, even if it's from the comic books, it was always kind of stupid. When I first saw it, I wasn't a huge X-Men 90s fan. So when I first read that comic book where they were kind of an item, I was like, that's weird. I don't like this. But I did not read the prior comic books that led up to it during the Age of Apocalypse. So I kind of just figured that maybe perhaps I don't know enough to comment on this. Although the age gap and difference is just off-putting on its own. Nerd Center says it was a younger Magneto that she was with. Okay, that's good to know, because he had, if that makes a difference, was he aged down? Did he drink some kind of potion, fountain of youth serum or something along those lines, or was it like how would he get younger? I guess that would be the question. But if that depends, if he got de-aged and called Joseph Stalin, I assume you're talking about. Don't remember all the details. Okay, so I guess if he gets aged down, you kind of have like a Sharon Carter Captain America situation, maybe, potentially, not really, since Captain America stayed a certain way and he never went back, never reverted, unless you kind of want to. We're definitely going to ignore the recent comic books with written by Nick Spencer, where that happened, where he was turned into an old man and then de-aged again. But I guess it sort of is like that sort of dynamic, so I don't know. I think it's not the end of the world. But regardless of what you think of that relationship, I think if they wrote it in a way that, would have made sense, I think it would have been. And so this is the backstory of Rogue is going to kind of give Gambit the backstory. They're going to have their big talk about like her being with him, being with Magneto. And this is her explanation. Let's listen to it. Let's see what you've got, Rogue. This is your chance to defend yourself from making Gambit look like a fool.
You best sit down. It was back after I ran away from my daddy. My evil mother was helping me with my powers. Knew if
So was that like a Mystique? Is that it? Is she just kind of pretending not to be her? Probably.
mother was helping me with my powers. Knew a fella who could help. Was talking about how mutants were special. We'd have our own cities and culture one day. Being a mutant wasn't just about my power, something more. And when powers protected him from my touch. But then I started seeing the hurt in him when our affair for his demons and mine. When I joined the X-Men, Eric said, want me to lose another family. He acted like it never happened.
You gonna accept his offer?
If Genosha's shown us...
So she gave you like a broad backstory. I don't know how much it cut from that, because it is a case of, like, it is very rapid the way they're presenting this information, but essentially she met him, and I don't recall when that was specifically, because I'm not like, I don't watch the show, so could it have been before I think she said it was like when she ran away, so figure the timeline for yourself. But Nerd Center says Sharon got old too in that run that stayed together with when Cap got younger. She did, which was kind of weird how she stayed old and then he remained young. And then at a later date with a different writer, I think it was Ta-Nehisi Coates, she was made young again. But still, I guess in the 60s when Captain America was reintroduced, the age gap wouldn't have been that alarming, as was the case with Rogue, who was from the 70s, and she was like, what, mid-20s in the 70s, and then Magneto at that point would have been a lot older, since he's from like the World War II. So, yeah, it's not the same, but I don't know, I think they could have made it work. There's a lot of instances of like people who have, like, Wonder Woman is very old and she's with Steve Trevor, right? So it's kind of like it's always been acceptable in media to kind of portray that, and I don't necessarily see anything wrong with that. None of that happened in the 90s show that I remember. She never escaped? Okay. So she escaped at one point, and she was with him, and then at some point in this show, she got back with him, right? Which apparently they haven't interacted that much in the original cartoon, which would make a lot of people agree that this isn't like the most out of... it's not the craziest thing that could have happened, since they didn't interact that much in the original show. So yeah, this is her explanation, and is it good enough for Gambit, who has been mistreated by her? Not really. It's not a good explanation. He gave you so much of his attention and love, and now you're just kind of throwing him away. That's not very nice of you, Rogue. That's an understatement, making him look like a fool, and sleeping with another man while there's a different guy with you who is willing to not even wait. He's not even willing to do it with you at all because he sees something more with you, and yet you are just so focused on sex that you are just that's all you can think about. I can understand where your struggles come from, your insecurities, and I think there could be something here. But if you were a guy and a woman cheated on you on this scale, you would never consider this woman back. At least if you were a hero, right? If you gave somebody this much time, if you invested your time in another person and you were not married to them, not anything of that sorts, and this person cheated on you like that, as a hero, as an upstanding guy as well, you would not tolerate that, and you would never consider coming back to it. And I think that's my overall issue with this whole tragic storyline of, hey, she goes back to Gambit, and she chooses Gambit in the end, but he dies. It's not sad, because the entire thing relies on this notion that Gambit would go back to her. And I think that assumption and that jumping to conclusions tells you that they really have no respect for Gambit as a character, but not only that, but also male characters in general, because they would think that a male character, a male superhero who is supposed to be generally, and Gambit is a very upstanding guy who has his morals in a way, even though he's been a thief, but he is a masculine superhero, even though this show is clearly not doing that with him, as we've seen with his outfits before. And I guess this is like the problem with media in general, is that they're trying to break down masculinity. And I think this is my general issue with the show, is that number one, nostalgia bait. Number two, it's got that progressive stink on it more so than in the original show. Even though I assume it was there, I guess the themes were there, but again, discrimination, it's not an issue, and not necessarily an issue that the left owns just because it's their talking point at the moment. Hating somebody for who they are or what they are, you could easily make this an argument against people who own guns, right? And I think it'd be even more appropriate than the whole discrimination of, even comparing it to the civil rights movement, which clearly has been an influence, a heavy influence on the X-Men since Chris Claremont kind of leaned into that, the whole Malcolm X and Professor X and Martin Luther King Jr. Perspective, that makes sense. But when we look at the whole, they hate us because we have powers, you can easily make that a pro-gun allegory. We got these guns, we got these things that we want to use, yet these people hate us because they don't want us using that, and make that works. And they're othering us because we're in the flyover states, and they think they're better than us, and they want to take our guns away, right? They want to they want to rob us of what we think is our right, our fundamental right. Right? So, hey, I just made it like a very easy comparison to something that could have been very much used for, that can also be like a stand-in for the X-Men. Like the whole discrimination thing, people can discriminate against you even if you're white, clearly. So, and that's not necessarily connected to the civil rights movement in any sort of way. So yeah, like the whole thing. So, number one, nostalgia is like the negative, like the number one no-go for me, like the nostalgia bait. But then I think it gets worse once you add that heavy progressivism, greasiness around this whole thing. So that's number two. And then number three is, I guess, connected to number two, which is the masculine superheroes are being broken down, and now every series and movie and video game has a profound misunderstanding of masculinity. And I'm not even talking about needing to make a character an alpha male, make him this profound macho Duke Nukem, Tarzan in the woods. I'm talking about how the male psyche should work, and what kind of standards even a man should have, and how a superhero who is supposed to be an archetype in a lot of ways, how would he respond to these things? We're playing Red Dead Redemption, right? We're playing a game where you have a good, like a cowboy who has his morals, who has certain, breaking points, but at the same time he has his own standards, and he's not, and so the archetype of, I guess it's not an archetype, but the warrior type, like a samurai, a knight, a cowboy, they're supposed to be something. And when there's a superhero in there, he's also supposed to have a certain set of standards within that box. And you can have exceptions to that rule, but Gambit does not fit those exceptions, which is that he would be a cuck. Superheroes generally should not be those type of characters. They should not tolerate this sort of stuff. I know guys who have been cheated on, not to the extent of Rogue, who still ended up staying with their older girlfriends, and then it's like, what are you doing? And, they exist, but would Gambit take that on this scale as well? No, he would not, okay? And I think if you want to do that to the character, then I think that just tells you, the way they're doing it here is that it's almost like a given that he would go back to Rogue after all that. And they're not even playing around with the idea that she is beneath him at this point. That's not what they're doing. They are totally in on the idea that she's in the wrong, which she is. She's not, but the problem with her is that she's not appreciating him enough. And when I talk about like the male psyche thing, because that's probably something that somebody is going to take a problem with if I don't expand on it, it's kind of like, for example, Friends, the TV show, in media in general, but an example that you could go to is Friends, is that the male characters, and I think this might be, who made this point? I think perhaps Andrew Tate must have said this, but if not, I think it could have been somebody else as well. But if Andrew Tate ever said this, then I would agree with this I would agree with him on this, which is that the male characters in Friends don't act like actual men. They have male characteristics, manly qualities, but a lot of them act like women. And you could say also that, a lot of men nowadays act like women, and somebody would say, hey, Gregory, you act like a woman. It's like, okay, what do you want me to say? It's like you're just insulting, or maybe you're trying to make a point. And if you're trying to make a point saying that a lot of men act like women nowadays and have that sort of Friends type Ross behavior, where they just are very chatty and emotional, overly expressive, and that's how it's been portrayed in the media in the past, through decades. That's been sort of getting worse and worse over time, and that's what you're showing people, and people start to pick up on this stuff. Now you got like people on TikTok being extremely zesty and and fruity and whatever buzzword you can think of. Of course, the LGBTQ plus community has played a huge role in this as well. That influence, a lot of Chinese spies propping some messaging, propping up that messaging more than others, and trying to just kind of not just normalize ideas, but lead people astray. I don't think I have to expand on that. Even if you disagree, you probably know what I'm talking about. So I think something has happened over the years where the male character has become too feminine in like their standards and what the characteristics should be. And I don't even think that women should put up with this stuff, of course, right? Like if you have somebody cheats on you and stuff. But when it comes to like depictions in media right now, a woman, like take Dune Part 2, for example. Chani, or Shani, whatever her stupid name is different in the books than she is in the movies. Because in the books, she is somebody who, Paul Atreides goes with this princess and she becomes his concubine. And I'm talking about the character that's played by Zendaya, by the way. And she is sad about it at first because she thinks, he might fall in love with her. But no, Paul Atreides chooses the princess for political reasons, for political gain. But he still loves his Zendaya's character in the movies would be Chani or Shani. I think it's Chani. And that's what it is like. Whereas in the movies, they had to make her a girl boss who is upset that he would even fancy the idea that he could be with anyone, even though this movie is inspired by, it's taking a lot of influences from the Muslim faith. So having multiple wives wouldn't be out of the ordinary. And then also it's already been established that in this universe, having concubines is normal. His mother was a concubine, and it's generally agreed upon that in this world it's not a crazy thing to be. It's not demeaning, I guess, to that person as much as it would be today in the Western mindset. And so, but the movie had to make that choice because, even they had to acknowledge that a woman should not put up with this sort of stuff. And that's an instance of where it would make sense for her to put up with that. Whereas X-Men takes day in the present day, and women would probably not put up with that. And what's worse is that they're having the guy put up with it. Not only that, but as you'll see, judging off of this interaction here, Gambit is still putting up with this, and he still is trying to argue with her as though he's still trying to converse with her in a way that is showing that he would be willing to go back to that mess of a woman.
That we don't need to be afraid of.
Stephen Paul too. They are treating Gambit poorly. However, I think they'll use them. Travel to Rogue. Never. They'll use them travel. So Rogue Never Chooses Magneto is this season. Hold on, I'm not sure if I got your comment. They are treating Gambit poorly. However, I think they'll use them travel. So Rogue Never Chooses Magneto in this season. You could probably clarify what you mean on that, because I'm not sure. Time travel, I believe. Oh, use time travel to Rogue. So Rogue Never Chooses Magneto in this season. Thanks, Nerd Center. Okay. So they're going to go with the somewhat cop-out time travel. Okay. So yeah, let's look at this relationship. Which, by the way, time travel does not erase your character arc. You know, the stuff that's happened. I mean, I think that's even what they know. So, you know, she still did something wrong, and Gambit should not be willing to put up with this at all.
You never want. You gonna accept
So yeah, so she was attracted by what he was saying to her, talking about like the promise of the future. Magneto saying how mutants deserve their own safe haven, their own cities, their own civilizations, and she was very pleased with that, partly because she got to be normal with him and do stuff with him that she couldn't have done with Gambit. And she's very in love with that vision that she saw with Genosha. And that's, they're in Genosha, so the mutant safe haven for the whole team. For all of mutant kind. So, yes. Yeah, I told you pretty much everything that you need to know so far.
If Genosha's shown us, it's that we don't need to be afraid of change.
You never wanted to make things official. I respected that. I played the swamp rat.
And I played.
You played the cuck.
I respected that. I played the swamp rat.
And I played your share. All the expectations. Every time looking at you.
Anyone else think that the voice actress, of course it's the same one, but the voice actress is, I would say miscast. You know, it's same thing with Wolverine. You can hear that they're kind of old now. And it's weird that they kind of went with, they changed the Gambit voice actor, but from the recent interviews I heard, he sounded pretty cool. So I don't know why they got rid of him, but kept these guys. Weird. Weird.
Every time looking at you, I couldn't do.
Telling Gambit the dang truth.
I can't touch you, Remy. Your heart may beat for me, can't feel it. Light up everything you touch, but never me.
Something's a bit deeper than skin.
Okay, so listen to what she says.
Light up everything you touch.
You light up everything you touch. Hold on. Let me go back a bit.
Gambit the dang truth.
I can't touch you, Remy. Your heart may beat for me, can't feel it.
Your heart may beat for me. I can feel it.
Light up.
You light up everything you touch, but never me.
Something's a bit deeper than skin, Cher.
Not this.
We be friends, mon ami. Just friends.
Just friends? I wouldn't even want to be friends with her. So yeah, that was the first part. And so then they end up going on a ball. Like they go to a gala of sorts. And she, of course, ends up going with Magneto. And let's see what you guys are saying. people on Instagram are saying Gambit's an example of non-toxic masculinity. He handled things and refused to call Rogue out. Hell, the Rogue voice actress was sad with how things went for Gambit. I've seen those comments as well, Steven. People saying how, Gambit handled that well. He didn't even scream at her. Which it's like, does it even matter if he screamed at her? And I think people have really been misguided in saying, okay, if you scream at someone, then that makes you just as toxic, and that makes you evil, or that makes you a narc. Excuse me? A narc? Or like, they try to conflate it as the same thing as the person who cheated, or they think it's like problematic. And see, this is the example of a person we need to have. This is the sort of man that we need to have. Just put up with it. Do not show real raw emotions. That's the other thing I've noticed over the years, and it's really been, some of the stuff that's opened my eyes to this stuff is like from like a lot of commentators. I think like people really, it's crazy because I'm gonna sound like the flip side of a feminist, but I think like people really hate masculinity in guys nowadays because like from a society, like a perspective from like the society, what am I saying? From society's perspective, we, like a lot of men are in prisons for doing like the most heinous crimes out there, like killing, murdering, graping, I said graping, YouTube, doing all this awful stuff. And when you kind of think of that, and okay, it's like, okay, obviously that's evil and they should be in prison for that. And then you think, okay, and women are not as much in prisons because obviously they don't commit crimes on the same level. But when you kind of think about it, it's like women can kill people in other ways, emotionally, manipulate someone. And the reason why so many people are canceled nowadays for like doing something, I guess physically, like Jonathan Majors got like he got canceled as well. And obviously I don't think that what he did was fine. I don't think it was good or acceptable. But I think, and then also like stuff like the whole argument with Steven Crowder, I guess. I don't know if you guys are aware of that guy, but he like said a lot of awful stuff to his wife while she was pregnant. It got caught on camera, and people just hated him, even though it seemed kind of manipulative how, she was being very kind in that recording, even like his wife, almost like it was expected that she was recording him and that footage was going to be used. And so it was all very convenient. And then obviously what he did was wrong. But then it's like, is that the last straw? And I saw a lot of like conservatives saying, oh, she wanted to divorce him and she filed for divorce. And in Texas, you're allowed to file for divorce and divorce someone if it's just one person who wants the divorce. And people had an issue with him not wanting to break things up, even though he said something that was mean. And the fact is that, people have their lows. They make their mistakes. And I think every single person in their life does something that would be considered toxic by the internet. And I think it's upsetting that people would just hate on someone. I mean, it's understandable, but at the same time, it's crazy to me that they would hate on someone for making a mistake that they would probably commit themselves on a day-to-day basis. Like, everybody lashes out. Everyone has a bad day. Everyone does something perhaps that's questionable, like says something that's perhaps toxic or not toxic. And people on social media just pretend like they're not. And even then, there are ways to hurt people, which goes back to like the reason why I even mentioned men in prisons. There are ways to hurt people in a way that's not very loud. Like, you can think of all the Harvey Weinsteins and Amber Heards, for example. who are very physically abusive, but no one ever talks about the emotionally abusive. And emotional abuse is okay, and I know that those people who I'm arguing against would not say that. But when you look at their actions and their behaviors, they do accept emotional abuse because they do that every day. They're very much more against the physical and the more loud abuse that happens on and goes on, even though everyone tends to be loud and lash out sometimes. But when it comes to like the manipulation aspect of things, which is what like tends to be like the feminine proclivity towards hurting someone, no one, it's not given that same amount of condemnation. And it's like, okay, well then clearly there's an issue with that. And people did used to have issues with that. They would call a lot of women witches, for example, or just manipulators, and no one appreciated that. And then over time that's changed, and now it's flipped to where we kind of condemn actions that are obviously are also heinous sometimes, like with Harvey Weinstein. But we forget that there's also other types of people who also commit things that are just testifying against someone in court, and then doing so, like telling some, like accusing someone of sexual assault, for example, even though it's a lie, and that can ruin somebody's life. That person does not see any, they don't get any punishment for that, for making that false accusation that ruins somebody's reputation. And I think that should change. Anyway, just my little rant of like where we are in terms of like shaming men and masculine faults and qualities, and toxic masculinity versus toxic femininity. Time travel, I believe. Nerd Center, you can definitely hear the aging in their voice. Yes, I agree. I believe she can touch him in the comics. No, she can now. They took that away. And I would agree with the opinion that she always should have this dilemma. I think the idea of her being able to control whose power she absorbs, I think that defeats the purpose of Rogue. I think that sort of conflict within her creates a lot of different fun dynamics. It's not only an inner conflict, but also conflict with others. So yeah, now this is the party scene where they're all kind of at the gala, and they're chatting, having fun, and Rogue comes in. Oops, hold on. And I don't know if I can share too much of the audio here because Ace of Base plays in this. Kind of pause it a bit so we don't get copyright struck, although that's probably already too late. If we get taken down, if this stream gets sniped, just come back to it in like 5 minutes, because I'm gonna try to restart it, and because we gotta finish this segment, of course. And he's watching it, of course. And just honing it in, like they're honing it in. It's sad and pathetic what they're doing to this guy.
Roberto, you could have...
Yeah. Talk about risk.
Keep it quiet for a bit. And they're dancing. They're gonna make out, and it's gonna be very, I guess explicit would be tame in today's by today's standards, but they're really gonna get into these movements, and you'd think that they'd be, it looks like they're gonna grind on each other just any minute now. I don't remember why they're showing us the Jubilee stuff, but it's more kissing and stuff. Like, you guys should get a room. That's essentially what I'm getting here. It's embarrassing what you guys are doing in public. Everyone is watching them too. By the way, look at her, the way her face just moves. It's a subtle move, which goes back to one of our previous streams, how subtle movements are harder to get right. Hold on, you guys can't hear what she said. So she kisses him.
Thanks for the dance, sugar. But Remy was right. Some things are deeper than skin.
So for those who didn't hear, she said Remy was right. Some things are deeper than skin. And so she kisses him, knowing very well that she's gonna leave him. And she still kisses him, and then she leaves him. Okay. So yeah. And that's when she decides she's gonna be with him, and it's just so ridiculous. And so what happens next? So Genosha gets attacked by sentinels. And it's bloodshed for the mutants. So this beautiful moment, that's what they were going for, gets ruined by sentinels who are trying to destroy everyone and kill the entire city.
I'm so sorry, Mom.
Sorry for what?
So it's like almost like a terrorist attack, right? And those shots look pretty cool. And I think the other thing that I like, I think people, the reason why people like this show, and I don't think it's the animation. So like we said, yeah, the nostalgia thing is a factor here. That's even making people think that the animation is good, when it has its moments, of course, like almost every show has, except for Teen Titans Go. But you know, it's rough. It's really rough. We've covered this before in other streams. But I think the other thing people like about the show, and it's contributing to why the show is seeing such success, is I think the dialogue. I think the dialogue is really good in this show. And you'll see why. Partly, you know, the thing about like some things are deeper than skin, and making that reference and her leaving, I think that's a cool idea, a cool setup, a great dynamic between these characters. It references not only you know, the romantic aspects, but it doesn't only touch on that. It's also about the superpowers, and it finds a way to kind of like, it takes what they would say to each other, and it encompasses everything in these simple words, and I think I appreciate that, and it works. Also, like when Storm called upon the storms, or like the desert sands and the sea of sands or whatever, and she, you know, we saw this in like one of our streams. I really like that. It was a great way to have that character say something, and it sounds cool. There's a lot of cool lines in this show, and I think that's why people like it, because I think the dialogues themselves are good. The writing choices with the characters themselves, not really. And I think the whole thing here with the bloodshed, it's trying to be emotionally manipulative, and let's keep watching this.
The real trick to reversing what the executioner did to you wasn't making an inverted version of its radiation.
It was creating a machine that could safely channel.
So Storm lost her powers, and now Forge is trying to kind of explain to her why that was the case. And she's going to try to get them back. And I guess we'll just hop around those parts so that you guys don't have to watch them, so we can focus on the main stuff. There's a X Factor reference there with a Havoc, Forge, Polaris. Is that Wolfsbane? I think it is. Multiple Man, and the guy in the back, I forget who he was. He's not Blob.
Such power.
Get to the gardens! Hurry!
Hosky says, I thought you did say the R word. Which one? There's a lot of R words.
Ready?
The retarded one? Is that it? Oh, the grape. The grape. Dang it. The G was not audible enough. Strong guy was the other guy in the background. That's hilarious. Yeah. Right. I always find his name to be hilarious because it's, you know, strong guy. That's who you are. So they're fighting back against the invasion. And, you know, in the first episode, we saw them take down all those sentinels very easily. So the fact that they're now struggling with these guys is astounding to me. And, you know, there was this one big sentinel who is this killing kaiju machine. So there's like this main one in this scene. And that would be perhaps the explanation as to why they are struggling this time around. And it's an ambush. But again, if you saw the first episode, the way the X-Men, just the X-Men by the way, the way they were able to take down those sentinels with ease without really breaking a sweat or breaking any bones, they were fine. And yet now they're struggling. You know, it's questionable. It's very inconsistent. It's whatever the plot needs it to be. And I guess the question to some of you guys, why doesn't Magneto just metal? You know, they're made of metal, right? So I guess there probably is an explanation as to why he doesn't just rip them apart. Was there one in the original cartoon? I don't even remember. I don't think that he interacted with the Sentinels in the original. But why doesn't he just, you know, rip them apart from the inside? They have cables, right? We saw Beasts kind of just hop in and use them like that. So, and the outward layer, the exterior, looks also like metal. So I don't see why they would do that. You know, just kind of struggle with fighting against them.
Okay, Aurora. Give it a...
So she goes through the machine, nothing works. And then he just gets pushed around all the time. And he doesn't do, like, everything you see here, they're a lot less effective. We've seen this guy in the previous episode move an entire embassy, or like a United Nations headquarters, or whatever you want to call that. He moved that up. We saw him also do crazier feats in the previous episodes, from the previous series. And yet now he's struggling to throw anything at them that's even going to leave a mark. I mean, that's just ridiculous, you know. They need them to be weak when the plot requires it to be. So that's the other thing. This show is extremely bad at power scaling and being consistent with this stuff, because they are constantly playing into fan service. And then now that they need to be emotionally manipulative, they need to tone down their powers for no reason. So that's the other thing. You know, this show is not that good. Not good. I think it's bad. This is not a good excuse for why these characters should be failing.
They shall be avenged!
And then when he does that, first of all, why did that explode to that extent? Okay, but whatever. This is his big move. Just throw a train at them. That's it. Use it as a whip. That's it.
I am Storm, mistress of the elements. Rise.
So that's pretty Insignificant. Sorry, Storm. We like you. Alright,
Ice winds and move the desert sands.
We're constantly repeating the theme, which makes sense. It's the theme of the show. Okay. Oh, I just noticed it was the Tri-Sentinel. Is that what it's called? Okay. Is there any interesting trivia we should know about it before we kind of, well, I guess we already talked about it. Maybe, is there like maybe an explanation as to why he can't control them or metal bend them? And it's just, Spider-Man fought it. Okay. Okay. So they're having it rough.
Please, winds.
Don't remember much about it.
Hear me.
Okay. Yeah, so now moving on to the final scene, really. So it's getting really rough for them, and this is where the deaths are going to kick in for these characters. This is the part where it's gonna get like it's gonna get too much for them.
No! Too dangerous, Jeff!
Wait.
Whoa! Where'd the mansion go? Don't you dare, Eric!
Okay.
Hab keine Angst.
So, speaking of emotionally manipulative, he spoke the German to this kid. He probably doesn't even understand what he said. And it means, don't worry. I think that's what that translates to. And it's like, oh, look, guys, he talked to this kid in German, his mother tongue, and that means that it's extremely sad now because it's his last words, and he reverted to his young self. And it's like, the kid doesn't even understand what he's saying. Like, come on. So again, so that's like one hint that's just, it's showing you, oh, okay, they're trying to really get to you with the feels. And I think that's how Eric dies, supposedly. R.I.P. Eric.
Omega threat eliminated.
How did we get downtown so fast?
Okay, so they're held by the Sentinel. Look at this. She shoots him. She is able to land safely with her fireworks, with her light works. And then Sunspot, it falls, and this should have killed him probably, but again, did she consider the consequences of shooting the Sentinel? No, the show doesn't care. Whatever. You know, that sort of stuff you should also, as a writer, you should kind of always have in the back of your mind. I'm trying to think of like a different egregious example of this, where characters just do something stupid that would kill somebody, but the plot armor on these characters is almost trying to overcompensate for that, and then the movie or show tries to pretend like it's not a problem because the movie or the script had to just do so much work around that. You know, it's like, but then it's they're gonna say, oh well, you know, she would have shot him, and then they didn't have the time to kind of think of a more elaborate way of her getting out of that situation. And at that point, it's like, why did you even write it this way then? Like, let's not make excuses for these people. So what happens next?
How did we get downtown so fast?
Oh boy!
Okay, so what happens here is Rogue flies in, right? And then Remy's gonna come out of her with his motorcycle. Who's lagging right behind her? He's not even close to her. And then he just pulls casually a roast Tico move where Rogue was gonna go for it, and he just saves her for no reason. I mean, we know why, because, well, technically we don't know why, since everyone is fighting everyone. Hold on, let's see this. Because I think the Tri-Sentinel tries to shoot at it, right? At her. And so he, like, almost like she couldn't dodge it herself. So, Gambit pulls a Rostico.
Gambit, see your bet and raise it.
And then he's running into it like he's gonna be okay. Like, this is definitely gonna get him killed. But no, whatever. The Sentinel has bad aim apparently now. Gambit, and they're not showing us what's happening there with Gambit. Again, he's clearly underpowered in that scene.
Always be in my favor.
And Gambit dies.
Mutant intruder neutralized.
The name's Gambit, mon ami.
You know, it would be a lot easier if you just used your powers.
Remember it.
So Gambit's the name, remember it. That's a pretty cool line to go, like, you know, if you were to go out like that, I'd be like, hey, that's cool. And again, it's a cool line of dialogue. So it's great. And these guys are just sitting by.
How many, damn it?
To reiterate for those just returning to us, regardless of your stance on recent world events.
What if there's cameras around? My parents could see me.
So that's how Gambit dies, by the way. And the question is, okay, so they're trying to save the people here, right? And he lights this thing up. And technically, you know, it's like, I think he's supposed to push this thing so that it can explode, but apparently it just exploded on its own. Okay, let's ignore that for a second. But then the other thing is like, that explosion is massive. It's huge. Aren't you gonna kill these people? It's another thing where they're like, the characters are not very considerate of anything because it would get in the way of this emotional scene that they're trying to create here.
How many? How many, damn it?
To reiterate for those just returning to us, regardless of your stance.
So the show doesn't really care. It's like, hey, this thing is cool. Hey, this thing is gonna make you cry. Hey, this thing is funny. Hey, this thing is visually appealing. Just to go with it.
See me on TV.
Die, beauty!
Do you really think everyone is focused on you?
Yes.
What are those lasers made out of if they can't even cut through that garbage can or garbage cover?
Maybe disturbing.
Sugar.
She can finally touch him.
I can't feel you.
No matter how dark.
And that's how it ends. Her touching Gambit and saying, Sugar, I can't feel you. And you know how it's sad, right? But again, this whole thing is predicated on the notion that Gambit would come back to her. And we're supposed to feel sad because there is supposed to be a future here. When in reality, Gambit should not even be a cuck. This should not be his status as a character. And yet they don't care. Yeah. So again, I'm not a fan of this show at all. It's not only nostalgia bait, but it's manipulative emotionally. The plot armor is off the charts. And it paints certain characters like Gambit, in a very unsatisfying light. Paints them in a satisfying light. Paints them in a specific color that's not cool. I don't appreciate that. And I guess that's what it is now, especially for male characters. So that's pretty much my breakdown of this whole situation. And the one thing that I said about how I like this dialogue in the show, I really do, because remember when I told you to kind of take note of when she said the words rogue to him when she was explaining the backstory. Later she said, where is this? Hold on.
You best sit down. It was back after I ran away from my daddy. My evil
Heart may beat for me.
Okay, so here it is. She says, "Your heart may beat for me."
Can't touch you, Remy. Your heart may beat for me. Can't feel it. Light up everything you touch.
Light up everything you touch, but never me. And then, again, your heart may beat for me, but I can't feel it. And then when she can finally feel his skin at the end, his heart is no longer beating for her. Isn't that? That's a very nice thing. It's a nice callback, and I appreciate that. And it's romantic. It's got a lot of gravitas to it. It's warranted until you consider everything else that's in this scene, everything that's overloading this, and it's ridiculous. That's just the way I'm going to categorize that. And that's why X-Men 97 is a bad show, and the animation's awful as well. But I did like some of the shots here, so hey, they can't suck all the time. And going back to the Spider-Man No Way Home scenario example I gave you, is I think that Spider-Man No Way Home is worse, even though it might seem like it's in the same category. But I do think that the character choices here ruin those characters. Like, for example, Rogue, Gambit, Magneto is just totally written off as this hero now. None of it makes sense. But I think there's an emotional emotional dynamic here where you can see what they're doing and what they're going for. Whereas Spider-Man No Way Home is like it's borrowing from everything and yet turning it on its head, while at the same time bringing in it's a very messy story. Spider-Man No Way Home has so many plot holes, so many convoluted ideas, so many leaps in logic, and the way just how Peter Parker and Doctor Strange, the way that whole spell becomes a thing. You cannot undermine how awful that was. I don't think X-Men 97 has those scenes, at least not to that same extent, but it's still a bad show for all the reasons I've listed. And that's why it is getting an F from me. That's why I decided to kind of talk about this episode, as well as the previous ones. But this one really just honed in the fact that, these characters are very poorly handled. And next week, we're also going to cover that episode. Why? Because Captain America might be making a cameo. I think it's a bait and switch. I think because there were spots for it on Instagram and other social media platforms where they showed Captain America's shield. And it's like, okay, Captain America is going to be in this episode. Probably not, and I would rather for him not to appear. Because if he is in this, then I'd be upset with that, because I don't want them to ruin him. And they're going to take his name and spin it into whatever they need it to be. I don't want to see that. And yeah, so let me know what you guys thought about this. I'm really curious to hear what they're going to do with Cap specifically. It's gonna be sad if it's going to follow the same fate. And Hosky says, "No, the grape, the grape." Yes, indeed. So yeah, that was our breakdown of that whole situation, and I guess we are kind of past the 3 hour mark, so so we're gonna end it around here. If you guys missed, if somebody's just entering now, you can vote. We're gonna close this poll here, and on Twitch, let us know which character assassination was worse, Han Solo or Indiana Jones. And yeah, if you're catching us just now, you can always go back to the stream and watch the gameplay, the story of that, how everything came to be. And then, watch some of this X-Men stuff that we were talking about. So I'm going to close the poll in 10 seconds. So make sure you get your vote in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2.5. Wait, 1.5. 1. And I'm closing the poll now. Let's see what is your opinion on this. I did not vote, of course. But 60% of you said Han Solo and 5 of you voted. But so probably like 3 people voted for... Is it 3? No. However many people voted, Han Solo won out here. And I'd be curious to hear why, because I think that Indiana Jones was handled worse in those movies. Why? Because he was turned into an old, grumpy man, which kind of sort of tracks for Han Solo as well. But at least with Han Solo, he was kind of... he was in support of the Force. So he grew as a character, at least in that scenario. He was divorced, Han Solo, sure, with Princess Leia, and they were awful parents. Very true. But the same thing could almost be said about Indiana Jones. And then the entire movie is just about crapping on him. With the ending, how he thinks he just wants to die at the end. Whereas in The Force Awakens, Han Solo doesn't want to die. Harrison Ford wants the character to die, sure. But it's Han Solo is trying to make like a appeal to his son, and he dies, and it's a bullcrap way of dying. And it was very poorly paced, and it was obvious that they were going to do that, and it was an awful idea to kill him off at that moment. And the way his entire story turned out, disgusting, of course, I agree. And then they brought him back in Rise of the Skywalker as a ghost. That was bad. Like, of course. But Indiana Jones, who is always confident, who is always on top of his game when he has lectures, when people come to see him, and they come to see him they come to listen to what he has to say about, of course, talking to him when he's, teaching at the university, and people come to listen to him, and they want to see what he has to say. And no, this time everyone is bored. He's a has-been. He's a loser. He's a bum. The world's moved on from whatever he's been interested in, and that doesn't matter. People were always not interested in artifacts in a lot of ways, and in history, in archaeology, and in secrets and tombs. And I guess you could say that maybe it was like a trend in the 50s and 40s, sure. But just because of America's, accomplishments of sending a man to the moon, allegedly, they, to say that people move on from archaeology totally, I don't think that's fair. And the way it's portrayed, how he's a total loser and nobody wants to listen to him, and he just wants to die inside. And at the end of the movie, he says that. And I have not even watched that film. I'm just very well aware of what they were trying to do with Indiana Jones 5, the Dial of Destiny. And Phoebe Waller-Bridge is there throughout the whole film to remind you that she could potentially take over for him, and she is the foil to him, to show that she is kind of like the better one out of the two. Whereas with Han Solo, yes, he's wasted. Yes, he's been, in a lot of ways, character assassinated. We're comparing crap to crap here, no doubt about it. But with Han Solo, I think at least you have something there where it's like, okay, at least he appreciates the Force now. He's seen what it was, and he even though he's stagnated as a character, he is, despite all that, he's still kind of his old self. So, yeah. Steven says Han at least got to look cool before dying. He was all the good parts of The Force Awakens. I agree, even though some of the jokes were stupid with him. I agree, at least he had that sort of mentor position. They ruined the ending of Crystal Skull and have Indy no respect or dignity. Yeah, they don't show him any respect or dignity. And I'm not planning to see that anytime soon. So, that's that. Hoske says, Harrison Ford just didn't want to be part of Star Wars anymore. I haven't seen Jones though, so I'll take your word for it. Yeah, I'm not going to watch it either, but I've watched people react to it. I've heard the descriptions as to what happened. Very in-depth critiques. And it's even people who generally don't have like a typical opinion on this stuff from a political standpoint. Even they were like, the critics were saying, he's a total bum, he's a loser, he's a nobody. They ruin a beloved character. And even they're saying that. When the critics are saying that, it's over. It's over. And that's that. So, thank you for watching the stream. If there's anything we should talk about, I think, oh yeah, I think I'm considering, I think we're gonna change the date for the streams from Monday to Wednesdays. So it's gonna be Wednesdays and Saturdays. Perhaps I'm gonna ask people around if that's preferable, but I think it's not that big of a difference for you guys, whereas for me, I think it makes a bit of a difference. Because Mondays are always kind of the worst days to stream. I don't know why I chose that day. Partly because you're coming off of a weekend and you're starting, Mondays are usually busy, and Mondays are the worst days of the week. Everyone knows that. So, also, will you talk about Fallout Show on Wednesday? I probably will. I will probably. If I think I'll get to it. I know you've seen it. You told me that. So I'll be interested. I want to hear from you for sure. Good. I don't know. I'm kind of not sure if I want to watch that in camp, but at this point, I kind of want to because of the stills I've seen with the priests, the Catholic priests with the Brotherhood, Brotherhood of Steel. I think there's something there that's going to spill over. I'll be wanting to hear your thoughts on it, and since I am a huge Fallout fan, yes, and the whole they're updating the game, Fallout 4, and I know you had a lot of mods for it, so I wonder if like the update foiled your plans, if it messed with your saves, and if you can still use those mods, because you had like over 200 of them for Fallout 4. You said it, yes. Okay, well, that's another thing we'll want to hear about on the 25th. Okay, so in like 12 days, I think, it'll break all the mods. Well, there you go. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, it'll be fascinating to hear from you then. And on that note, thank you for watching, and Hoske is still here. Great. So thank you guys for watching. You guys are the best as always. And you can always catch me. You know where to find me. Partly on YouTube and also on Instagram, since it needs the script extender. It breaks all the mods once the mods drops. Once they drop, since it needs the script extender, says Far Cry Lego. Okay. Cool. In that case, I can't feel you guys, but let's just consider this session to be done, and my heart no longer beats for you. Yeah, I don't know what I was trying to do a callback to this show. You guys gotta appreciate it. Anyway, take care. Bye-bye.